There we go. Ho, ho, ho. There we go. I think I'm live. Oh, good. Hey, Cece. Awesome. I'm using StreamYard today for the first time. So, how are you doing? Hey, Larks. Well, I'm doing a live stream today, Larks. I hope I got the right. No, let me just see if I can get the link here. Oh, mute that. I'm going to put the link there. Oh, thank you, Cece. I had such a wonderful time with my mom. It was um, just a beautiful, beautiful time to spend with both of my parents. They're getting on in age, and because I live so far away, you never know if this is the last time that I'm going to see them. And so my visits with them were just absolutely beautiful. And I don't know, it was just great to be, in my home, that I grew up in, and just to serve my parents. Like I'm overwhelmed because I love them so, so much. And to go and serve them, it just totally fills my heart. So anyway, yeah, it is really a precious thing. And I'm grateful that, my parents are both, they just both have mobility issues. If they didn't have mobility issues, those two would just be, running marathons almost. So anyway, it was a great time. But this past July, I had company, and then I went and was company for my parents. And so it's like I feel like I have pulled myself, I feels like I've been pulled out of what I do, creating content and, looking after my gardens. And when I left, two of my kidults, they were both, two of them were doing the watering. So the watering's all done, but then you come home and it's like, oh my gosh, the pruning and the feeding and so it's been really, really tough to kind of get back up, and it is like a 12-hour drive for me to get home. And so, the first day it was like, I don't want to get up, and but I still got to get up. Oh, hello there, South Florida sunshine. Good to see you. I hope you're feeling better, because I know you didn't do your Friday yesterday. So I'm hoping that you are feeling better, darling. Oh, and how did the hens do with me being gone? Is that what you're asking? I don't know. I think I did. Oh yeah, I did send the right link. If you're asking how the hens did, one of my other kidults, they are, she's the other chicken mom, and so she was on full chicken mom duty. So, and this week she's gone camping, so I'm on full chicken mom duty. Oh, hey, Homestead Aquarius. Thank you. Oh, you still have the sickies. Yeah. Yeah, no, with the other chicken mom, they are well looked after, and so no big deal. And I think they don't really miss me. I always say, are they missing me? And it's like, no, they could give two rats bums. But I've missed all of you, and getting to chat on a regular basis, and I'm hoping I'm almost caught up with what I need to do, except for the tomatoes are all starting to ripen. And so I know there is quite a few that are right here in my deep freeze, and the beans are in my deep freeze. but it's like now the canning has to start, which I think Lark's, I've already been seeing pictures of all the canning and stuff that you're doing. So hi, Almost Homesteading, thanks for coming in. Good to see you all here. Oh, did I miss anybody? I'm not sure if I did. Oh, I think I did. I think I did miss someone here. Nope, I'm good. Knee deep in veggies for sure. Yes, you are. And I'm, you know, coming on your tail. And so then it's like, okay, we've got to start getting the canning equipment out because we'll be making tomato sauce. No, we do it in this order. We do salsa first, then ketchup, and then whatever's left over we'll do into sauce. No, no, I guess no. My bananas were going. My bananas were going to be jam, but I didn't want them to be with my cold. So, you don't need to be canning up a cold. Definitely not. Definitely not. Let me just throw this up here. So I did put on kind of a title, but you know, I was just trying to be kind of smart. Hang on. I did it. Okay, good. Oh yes, I know it's late. So thanks, Cece, for coming in. Take care. Have a good sleep, good rest. Now, one thing I don't know is how to. I don't know how to take out this the comment. Oh, there you go up there. Hide current comment. There you go. My first time on using the StreamYard. So, but I don't know how do I do it to you know, let someone come up if I want to put it in to. Hey Q, how you doing? I know it's early for Q and I. We're on the West Coast, so it's lovely. We when all of you Eastern Standard Time people go live, you're always going really late, and Q and I are like, what? It's early. We can chat. We've got hours left. But I think I was saying that I you know I have absolutely missed getting to chat with you all and be a part of your lives. Um, it's been it's been a thing that you know just really fills my heart, keeps me motivated, you know, and that's kind of what I was talking about. It was like I feel like we're in the middle of I'm in the middle of my summer for growing, and it's and I'm tired. And it's like, but we're just getting started with the canning, little mama. You got to get up and keep the canning going. So, you know, and I know that I think last week, South Florida Sunshine, you were talking about um, uh, not discouragement, but it was something like that. You can you can tell me what it is. I'd appreciate that. I can't think of what it is. It was organizing and something like that because almost homesteading. You also did a video on that about organizing yourself and keeping keeping that system going. Overcoming overwhelm. Yay! Yes, that's what it was. Overcoming overwhelm. That's right. And I probably am overwhelmed, but I'm really not paying attention to it much. But I am, you know, needing that kind of motivation to go, okay, let's get into next week. Let's, you know, make a plan and let's follow through with it and, you know, keep focused with it. Hey, J3Gs, how you doing? Thanks for coming into the Diva house. Oh, South Florida Sunshine, you've got a few ideas. So I don't know how to share this, you know, that I can post it in there. So if someone wanted to come up and chat with me, so I'm not just running out the mouth the whole time. La, la, la. So if you guys can give me the heads up. I'm trying to overcome my overwhelm by inventory, wrapping and packaging and packing things up. Wow. Why are you packing things up, Q? Well, you're not presentable. Well, I'm only presentable because I was out at this function, and um, so that's the only reason why I'm dressed. I just got in from it, and it was a to go tour uh, a market working farm, this beautiful farm, and they supply to many restaurants and markets and things like that. And but the program is called Young Agrarians because they're trying to, as farmers are kind of going, okay, I'm getting ready to retire, or maybe I don't want to use all my land, and um, they are letting people lease the land. And so I wanted to go and just kind of check what it was about. But to be honest, the person that we were to talk to, um, like, she's being realistic, but everything that came out of her mouth was, yeah, no, no, that's hard. No, that's difficult. No, that's it. And I just thought, okay, she is not the person for me to talk to. I need to go away. So anyway. Almost homesteading. I think with my one video with my mom, the one where we were planting, when I was editing the video, I'm on a screen, but not until I saw it on the big screen, I had dirt all over my face. It's just like, yep, that's what happens. So, and some people don't put they don't, you don't have to come and be on camera. You can just be a voice. So, oh, I love your little picture, your little cow. Oh, because you're not feeling good. Oh. Oh, thank you, Gardening Warrior Q. Oh, you're an extensive hoarder, so I had sent all extra plastics to the recycling and packaging all my non-canning jars for storage. Very good. Good for you. I'm a I'm a hoarder as well. I think most gardening people are hoarders because I think, you think, I might need this. I might need this one day. I should save this because then I won't have to buy it. I should hang on to this. So, but you just have to have the space. Like, I need a garage just for my hoarding stuff. I don't know what you call all my treasure. uh, were you saying one of these days you will join up onto a live, Larks? Is that what you were saying? Mm. Right. Well, Larks, you could come up and you don't have to show us your rumpus McCookus. uh, oh, yes, that's always good. Yeah. Yeah, it's a fine line between minimalism, and I do appreciate it, but I love my stuff. I love my stuff. Yeah, it's like you, but I really like my stuff. Me too. I love my stuff. And and one day I might need it, and one day I might not. Oh, I'm sorry that you're an introvert. You make YouTube videos. You're a content creator. It's like, how, I know you don't show your face, but it's like you're still, your voice and what you're doing is getting out there. So, hey, Urban Gardening Chronicles, good to see you. Thanks for coming to the Diva Show. Oh, that's cute. You said, I heard canning jars and tomatoes. And chickens. I'd like to be a chicken hoarder one day. I would like that. So, ooh, this is nice. I'm a creative collector. I just have difficulty deciding what things are more important than other things. Maximalista. Yes. That's a good name. I think someone should get a YouTube channel and call it Maximalista. You know, have it, you know, as long as it's tidy hoarding, you know, that's my thing is, you know, try to keep it tidy so that you can kind of live around. So, aw. I know, but if you were up here, I'd hold your hand and we would just chit chat, shoot the breeze. But you know, the problem is, I don't know how to put the link for this in here. I don't know if someone has set it up top, but you know, I don't know how to give the link up there or down here. So. So Homestead Aquarius, I don't know how busy you are, or if one of any of the other ones that are mods, if you want to, I think most of us all know each other, but in case, could you put up some of the channels links for me? I'd appreciate that. Click the invite button and the link will pop up. Okay. Play some music. Invite. Oh, look at that. Copied. Well, thank you, Urban Gardening Chronicles. I appreciate that. Oh, that's awesome. I think I did it. Oh, I did it. Okay, thanks, Larks. I'd appreciate that. I would definitely appreciate that. So, you know, I guess we're all talking about hoarding. With a hands up, how many of you are all hoarders? Besides myself? Gardening Warrior Q. Since I just got rid of the non-watering jugs, I have so many 18 and 40-gallon bins empty to put long-term food storage in. Where do you put those, Q? Hokey Dinah. I would love that. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Homestead Aquarius. I appreciate that. I know we're just a nice little small bunch, but it's always great when we can support one another's channels. You're a hoarder, and you got all the emoticons to show. Yes, you are a hoarder. Again, I like South Florida's version of that. You know, I also call it, I'm the keeper of things. I'm the keeper. I keep books and things and whatever to help. So there we go. Thank you. Thanks, Larks. Thanks, Homestead Aquarius, for putting up everybody's link. I do appreciate that. Whoops. Whoops. I only have an 800 square foot apartment, but I have closets and I have 4 beds and 8-inch risers. You are a woman of many talents, that's for sure. Yeah, I don't know if there is an emoji limit, but a couple of things that I heard when I was with Bushcraft Family on his live is that at the end of it, he was saying that when you're watching someone's video, if you put 2 hearts at the end of your comment, apparently that is it was doing some kind of pushing for the algorithm, and then it's kind of iffy that it still might be going. So that was one thing. And also another thing he said, and it might have been off camera. Oh, J3, there you are. Let me add you in.
Hello,
Woohoo!
hello, 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 hello. How y'all doing? I
Good. How
see
are
you.
you?
I see you trying to get folks to come up.
I I I did, and there you are. How are you doing?
I'm not complaining.
No? Well, you could.
Yeah, I
No?
could, but I'm not.
Hey, Storms Radio and Cats. Thanks for coming in. How's like so for you? You don't grow a lot. You're the honey. You're the honey guy, right? You're all about honey. Let me see this.
Yeah,
What
that
is
right
this? The
there.
merch? Honey slang. I
The
can't read
honey,
the bottom. Like
the honey slanger.
honey slanger. I, I'm I should actually be wearing these glasses because these are um my computer glasses because I have to look up through here, but I think my glasses are dirty. Yes, you're the honey slanger.
Yes, ma'am.
How is your honey season been going?
Uh, Slow, but it's running. It's still getting slung.
Now you bottle it and sell it to
Yes,
different
ma'am.
people.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow, that is so cool. That's
But
very cool.
but I'm
And do you
also a
ship to
gardener.
Canada?
Say again.
Do you ship to Canada?
Postage go there. Yes.
It's just like, but it costs an arm and a leg and a kidney, I think, to send anything.
Well, that's true too.
Hmm. And
But yeah,
do you have a website?
no, actually, because I thought about doing a website, but I find out a lot of the stuff will hurt me instead of help me. So I just do it piece by piece.
Right,
But
right.
if you got Instagram, I'm on Instagram and it's on there.
Okay. I will come and find you because I think I'd like to order some of your honey.
I don't have a problem with it. I enjoy you doing that.
Absolutely. We got to
Uh,
support our fellow farmers. So,
yes.
so did you do some other growing and that this year?
I didn't intend to do any growing, but I got caught up in a watermelon war. So I did
Right,
plant some watermelons and
right.
uh, watermelon, squash, okra, four types of watermelons, some cream corn, all that
Mm-hmm.
good stuff. But
Nice.
unfortunately, once I planted, we had what 2 or 3 weeks of rain, and
Right,
grass grew and all. And
right.
the only thing I can identify in my garden is my okay. I see the squash leaves, but I don't see any squash. See the watermelons, and I see a few watermelons, and that's all. The corn, I don't see no corn. I got
Wow.
okra. I can see the okra leaf, but I don't have any okra on it yet.
Right. The rain just wiped it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't submitted for the watermelon wars because I'm so far behind. But I think so far my biggest one I think has been like it. It was one that just came out of the gate as soon as I put it into ground, grew, and I think it was about I don't know, it might be 2 pounds. So it's like I'm not even going to show that one. Not even going to show that one to broke. No, no, no. But I'm still hopeful. I'm hopeful. Not a lot out there is growing, but I don't know really what the problem was there. But I don't know if you saw that comment from Larks. So she
Which
wants to know what your top tips are for someone who wants to do bees. Don't get stung.
that's number one. But yeah, number one is don't get stung. But me personally, I've learned don't wear cologne, don't wear all those different fragrances, and you're trying to take care of bees.
Same with probably even in the clothes, like you shouldn't have, should put on some, with, like that gain is really strong. Downy is strong on
Right.
clothes. So wear
Well,
dirty clothes.
no, no. I wouldn't say dirty clothes, but no, my wife she uses gain. Yeah, she uses gain Senate, but
Uh-huh.
I don't go out there with the fresh clothes on. My clothes usually sits up 1 or 2 days before I put it on.
Right.
And I would go out there. I go straight with a t-shirt on, or unless an emergency, then I have another shirt on. But other than that, I put my B top on top of my shirt, and that's how I go. I don't use any kind of. I got a dress full of cologne and stuff, and I actually stopped wearing cologne. How you doing, South Florida sunshine? I stopped
Good.
wearing cologne when I got bees
Right.
because a lot, us, we
Mhm.
like to always spray it on when we going. If we go into the store, we want to spray it on.
Yeah.
I stopped
And then
doing
you come home and then I'm going out again. A little
Yeah.
bit more just to make sure.
That's it. I stopped. I've got a dresser full of cologne. I just stopped using it.
Mhm.
As long as I got bees, I don't use any cologne. Period.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you wearing like a bee suit as well?
I just wear the top portion.
Okay.
I'll let you in on a few secrets.
Okay.
You
We're all
don't
ears.
you don't need to purchase the big old bee suit. You can take and put on 2 pairs of sweatpants, and it's thick enough that the bees don't go through.
Okay.
'Cause,
Oh,
when I first
but
got
what about
bees,
do you get the netting for your
yes,
face though?
I used
'Cause
just the
the top
top half.
portion.
I use the
Okay.
top half. I don't use the bottom half.
Hey, Storm.
I've got a brand new bee suit in there. It's a full suit, never worn it.
They're expensive. They
Haven't
can
even
get
taken it out
really.
the package.
Wow.
And I had that fella for over, I think, 3 or 4 years.
Wow. Huh.
Taking care of bees, it's good, it's fun. You just can't make it difficult for you.
Like, don't overthink it.
Right.
Got
You
it.
got like even like your cat and your dog, you gotta let them know you. You gotta let them bees know you. They gotta get used to your scent.
Mhm.
Sometimes I just go out and sit. The new garden I put is right by my bees, so
Mhm.
I go sit right in the bee area and just sit there.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Mm. That's a
That's
great
good.
idea. Unless you're wearing a shirt, you don't want to go out
No, I
there.
go out there just like this.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm
Not.
messing with them, I put my stuff on, and
Mhm.
sometimes I mess with them and don't put anything on.
I meant
Right.
my pattern. I've had bees come after me wearing hot pink. Not really wearing much of perfume. I don't know. I just look like I guess the big flower out in the yard, and I was trying to video, and I was like, "What the? What the? Oh, it's a bee!"
So how many?
That might have been the boy bee.
Maybe.
Yeah, he was like, "Hey, sexy lady."
Hey, hey, hey. How you
How
doing?
many hives do you have?
I have 4,
Uh-huh.
3 high.
Wow.
4, 3
Wow.
high. And so how much honey does that net you? Approximately, like.
Or how often do you have to go in and clear the honey out?
I used to do it a lot, but I don't do as much as I did before because it's just me. My wife, she
Right.
won't deal with the bees. My son
Mhm.
don't deal with the bees. My grandson don't deal with the bees. It's just
Mhm.
me. So I try not
That's
to
a
get
lot.
overwhelmed with it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
we were just talking about that. That was not this yesterday because I've got a cold. But last Friday we talked about overwhelm.
Yeah.
And the girls were talking more about canning coming up and everything coming up at once and having to get it in and everything. You don't think like bees, yeah, same thing. When their honey's ready, you got to get
Mhm.
in there. You don't want your bees to abscond on you either
Mhm.
if something goes wrong with the hive. You know, I don't keep bees. I need to get tested first to see if I'm allergic because when I
Right.
was little, I got mad at bees. We'll just say I was only 5. And I remember just walking out. I had a yellow cylinder from my blocks in my hand, and I had my eyes on my swing set. And around my swing set in Virginia was all clover. And I guess I was being told I couldn't go to the swing set because the bees are out. The bees are out. Well,
Right.
I went out and I guess took care of a few bees, and then they took it as offensive, and I got swarmed and got taken to the hospital. 'cause I
Oh,
had
so you probably got overwhelmed with the amount of bee venom and stuff. So
yeah, I had streaks going up my legs is what my mom
Really?
remembers. She goes, I think you had red streaks going up your legs, but I think you
wow.
got more than one. And the memory started to come back. I'm like, oh, I bet I did, dumb kid.
Well,
Yeah.
that also depends on how many bees stung you.
It
But
might not have been that many. I don't know.
but like you said, I would get before if you're not sure about yourself, I would get bees, and I would also have an EpiPen available.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, I've got when I first got my bees, I went out and I had
Hey,
some
hold
black
those.
casual pants on. They were thin, and I put the top portion on, and I went and started messing with the bees. These bees were highly aggressive, and I got stung one time, and I got stung so many times. I got on my four-wheeler and rode around in circles in the field to get them off me, then rode to the house.
Oh,
And
poor thing.
I told my
Wow.
wife, I said, throw my sweatpants out there, put my sweatpants on, and I
That's
was
when a
still
pool comes in
hurting.
handy too.
Yeah.
That's what my
No,
dad.
I wouldn't jump in the pool.
No.
But I took it went and closed everything back up, came back in the house, changed clothes. I had over 25 bee stings on my legs.
Oh my gosh, you're
Wow.
so
See,
fortunate.
see that like that right there is a deterrent for me about keeping bees. Like I just go, no, I don't want that experience at all. Like
Yeah, in case
Because
you just
the
forget,
bees
like at
didn't
our
know
age.
me. The bees didn't know me, and I was trying to get to know them. And
right,
that hive was kind of aggressive. Now,
right.
all the bees I had since then, they're not that aggressive.
I know
Okay.
Lead Farmer said though some of those aggressive bees make the best honey.
Right.
Like their
That's true.
honey is so good, but dealing with
My
them is a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
the ones that stung me, I've got one jar left from those original bees, and I keep that one in the cabinet away from everybody.
Wow.
I put tape on it, and I said, "Do not touch."
Mhm.
And that's the only one that I actually keep
Yeah.
because that was the very first honey I started out with.
Right.
Oh, that's
Oh, that's
special.
neat.
It's kind of like your first dollar you ever make when you own a restaurant.
Yeah.
How they'll frame it.
The one that
Yeah.
sits in the frame behind the grill.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like
Yeah. You know, I'm gonna say sorry, Mama Al. No, I'm not scared of bees. Like they're all around
no.
me, in my flowers, and I walk through them. There's the ones there. These ones here, they're black and white. And the other night, they were like out cold on my lavender plants. Like they just, I don't know what they hook into because I'll brush by them. Nope, they're still sleeping on the lavender plants. So I'm okay with that. But to be going and handling, bringing up things and scraping, you're like, that's where I can't
Yeah.
quite get myself to be. Um,
I would love to do it. I just got to make sure I don't need,
an
need
EpiPen.
the ER. Yeah, and I
It's
gotta get everything set up first.
it's
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
It's easy. The only thing to it is you have to take your time and don't rush.
Yeah.
And
Right.
another bad thing is if you're doing it and it's hot outside because you're sweating and doing all this other stuff. That's what oh man, hurry up, come on, B, do something.
Right.
You take your time, don't rush, and you try not to go when it's real hot outside
Yeah.
because you'll be sweating and you get sweating in your eyes and you're breathing all hard and everything. And the bees go towards your mouth because of the breath
Me
and
too,
stuff.
Yep.
That's where the bees want to come because they know they can. If they hit that hot spot right there,
Yeah. They know
you're
how
done.
to take down a bear.
Right.
That they,
Yeah, you see, that's just not making it better for me. So, it's like, just don't, whatever you do, don't breathe because they're going to swarm my mouth. Ah!
Hold it, you're gonna have a suit. You're gonna have a suit or a mask
yeah.
on.
Oh, that's right. I'm not going buck naked to go and, get the honey.
You just
That would be
need some of my
stupid.
gummies before you go out there. And you'll be like, so chill.
Hey,
Chill. It's all right. Hey, Mr. B.
hey, no, not Mr. Miss B.
Oh, Miss B.
Miss B.
Well, wait. I
the
thought
boys.
the most important one is the Miss, and then the rest are kind of all around her. The Queen
No.
has
All the bees are females.
I'll be darned. I didn't know that.
You only have a few males in there. They're bigger than the regular bee.
Okay.
Oh,
I didn't know that.
Men are good for nothing. I didn't say that, but concerning the bees, men are good for nothing.
okay.
The bees
So-
are the male bees are just good for sex, and that's it.
Oh.
But
Pretty
it's only
much.
one time. But it's only one time.
Mm.
Pretty much.
Wow.
Right.
Just need the baby and then move on.
Right.
Wowie.
You have tons of female bees in there. You might have probably about 25 males.
Right.
And
I never knew that.
their job is they're going to clean and maintenance and stuff like that, but
Mhm.
they don't produce the honey.
No. Okay.
I always thought the like worker bees and stuff were males. I didn't know there was a bunch of females up in there. Wow.
Yeah, that's ladies doing all that work.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Oh yeah. So Mama Al says the drones are the males.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Lark says males don't sting, but their sole purpose is to mate with the queen.
So they mate and
Now-
die? Is
Now,
that
see,
it?
they got the life that the two-legged men wish they had.
It would keep things simpler if men would just mate and then they just, I'm sorry, I'm going now.
Yeah.
Going now.
But
Okay,
that-
bye-bye.
that's it for the male bee. That is it. He mate, and that's it for him.
Right.
Mm.
Aw. That's a bit sad.
I know it is. I was thinking the same thing.
There's not many men bees in that hive.
No. Yeah, storms, I don't have a problem with them being around me and stuff, like in the garden. Nope, I'm at peace with them. They're at peace with me, but I just to go and handle I like watching, people do the procedure and stuff. I like watching that, but
Yeah.
I just don't see myself doing it. My son, number four Kadult, he actually used to work for a honey processing company here, and so he was dealing with the bees. He wasn't doing the bee part, but he would have to transport them, the bees from here to up north,
Right.
and then transport them back and stuff. But so it's like I do have, I don't know if he'd be my beekeeper, but I'd love to have bees on my farm. Like I'd love to have bees,
Yeah.
but I want someone else to take care of it.
How big is your farm?
Oh, I don't have a farm yet.
Oh, okay.
I've got,
She's urban.
I'm urban. I got like, a little 0.2 of an acre.
That's still great. Mine's a little less than that.
That's kind of like my brother. He said, "I'm gonna get some bees." And I was sitting there laughing at him and everything. And the only thing I'm gonna get me some bees, and the bees they're going out there to my garden. They're gonna pollinate everything, this, that, and other. And I was just sitting there laughing.
Mm.
I said, the majority of people that got bees and got a garden, their bees don't. You'll have that handful that pollinate their garden.
Yeah,
But
they go out.
if you look at the bees, when they come out, they go up. They don't come straight to go to your garden. They come out and go up, and they find their own place.
Right. So
Oh,
Mama Al says I need a flow hive.
is that one that they advertise on here that it's like a tap?
A
that
flow
the
hive, I
one?
believe that's the one where they have everything that's set up in it. And you take a
Yeah.
big rod and you turn it and all that
Yeah,
stuff. And
it's like
the
a
honey come out.
kegerator for bees.
Yeah. That's for the ooh, that's for the lazy and
I think it's actually two European men that thought of it.
That's the kind I need. It's for the lame ass beekeepers. Me.
All the
Well,
ones that are going from
now,
urban
I'll be
to that.
serious with you. If my wife she did get into the bees with me, I probably would have one or two of those sitting in a different area that she can deal with, because I don't think she could take it if the bees hit her.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
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 I just
do
wonder,
feel
though.
that way.
That's one of the things I do most for my garden and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I think about my wife when I do something, because we might come out and there might be a snake just going across the yard or anything. She'd probably break her neck running. So
Yeah.
I try to set up my stuff that she can have access and if there's any problems, anything, she can go the opposite direction.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
But
not
me-
with bees, but my son-in-law, he's blind. And so again, when I'm doing things out in the yard, you know, you don't just leave something, because if he's coming through, like he's got blurry vision, but it's like, yeah, here, just let me leave the wheelbarrow there, let me leave that there, let me leave, you know. So you do have to think about, you know, other people and how they're going to, you know, whether they're blind or whether they just have a fear of bees and stuff like that. It's important to make sure that, you know, areas are safe.
Yeah.
And also then she'll want to come outside with you too.
Mhm.
But if
Yeah,
you got bees, if you got bees, I don't think you want to have a vision impaired person around there.
No.
No.
You wouldn't want my son around there either. He has autism and he would pop
Right.
it or something. So yeah, it would have to be when we have a lot of land and I can kind of gate it off. But I don't know
Yeah.
if that'll happen. At 50, I'm 53 now. Wow. Yeah. I don't know.
Well, I understand about the heavy things, because sooner or later I'm going to go to flat hires myself, because I kind of get tired of lifting in
Oh,
boxes.
the horizontal ones.
Right, horizontal.
Yeah. Those are cool. Those are really cool. Yeah. The lifting. Oh my gosh. No.
Yeah,
Mhm.
It's a
it
lot.
gets to you, especially
Yeah.
when you're doing it by yourself. It gets to you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they're solid. What they live in is solid wood usually, right? It's pretty.
Well, you can make it out of different woods, but when
Mhm.
when it get filled with honey,
Mm,
that could be 40 or 50 pounds right there each box.
wow, that's like a
Wow.
sack
And
of cement.
imagine you doing that 6 times
In the heat.
in
You
the
getting
heat.
sassy, Mama Alfred. 53 is young for you. You're the one who carries cement bags. Goodness, wet ones too. She
Yeah.
is something else.
So J3's almost home said,
Yeah.
he said she just Googled and found out an article about a blind beekeeper. And in all honesty, my son-in-law, that would be like, if he was in here, he'd go, you know, he might have to have some extra help around, but he, you know, if it was something that he wanted to do, he would totally do it. Like he just,
Yeah.
you know, he's just super adventurous and takes on challenges, things that you go, I'm not interested in that, but
Yeah.
That's
So-
what I was gonna say. Hey, Stevie Wonder, he's blind.
yeah.
He played numerous equipment.
Mhm.
What was the other one that passed?
He's a blind savant. He's a blind savant. He's
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
Stevie
Julio-
Wonder.
Not Julio Iglesias, but I forgot the other guy. He's a Hispanic guy. He played a guitar and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
By being blind doesn't mean that you're can't do nothing. I put it that way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Being blind,
Absolutely
you
not.
can do a lot of things.
Yeah.
But if there, but you know, but again, you know, if something gets left on the ground and you're carrying this bee box and you trip over it, and now the bees are all up and around and mad, and
Yeah.
you know, it would be challenging. But
One thing I also noticed, being blind, you have more senses
Yeah.
than somebody that can see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Your other senses compensate. Just like
Yeah.
people who brain injury, sometimes the whole other parts of their brain compensate for the injured portion of the
Right.
brain that's
Mhm.
injured.
mhm.
Yep. Absolutely. I totally
Now,
agree.
somebody asked earlier, how was my fruit forest going?
Your food force. That was Homestead Aquarius, I think he asked.
Yeah, we had, after all that rain, we start getting all this heat. And this
Mhm.
week right here,
Tell me about
I'd
it.
say about Wednesday this week, when it start cooling down for us. Now
Where are you at? Where are you at? What state
Georgia.
are you at? Oh yeah, you guys. Oh my
South
gosh,
Georgia.
your heat is gross. I've been up there. It gets. And I live in
crazy.
South Florida. You guys,
That's
it's
what I'm
like
saying. You
they say we're at the equator. I went up to Georgia. I was up in Brazelton
Georgia
during the
is the
summer.
equator.
I don't believe in the equator stuff no more. You drive through Atlanta during summer and have your AC go out in your minivan that's like crank roll down windows.
Mhm.
You'll know about heat, especially
Well,
because they close things.
Atlanta get a
And
little cool weather too. I'm in
Yeah, they
South
do.
Georgia.
Right.
yeah, okay.
But
Oh,
didn't
The-
when I think you had planted, I don't know when you planted, but I think there had been a storm or something, a video that you had made, and it was like Or maybe it
Yeah,
was
right.
deer came and decimated stuff back in the
Yeah.
spring. I might have
Yeah,
the whole story
that's
wrong.
when
I'm
the
looking it
deers
up.
came through. I put some trees out, and the
Mhm.
Right.
deers came and they started eating all the leaves. But my loquat, they basically ate that all the way down. It was young,
Oh,
and they just kept eating the loquat, kept eating the loquat. But
no.
it's coming back now.
Oh, that's good.
That's when you call the other channels that like to go hunting.
I can't do that. I live right in the middle of the city.
Right.
Oh, you do?
Right.
Oh, okay. So you're urban also, or are you?
I have 5 acres, but when you're in the back of my house, it look like I'm in the country. But I'm in the
Oh,
middle of the city.
I'll be
Wow.
darned.
And
Is that kind of how Led's place was set up? Like that, he had that lake behind him, but he was still kind of close to city action at his
yeah.
last place. Okay. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
See, that would be
got
perfect.
on this side I got an elementary school, was an elementary school. This side I got a neighbor.
Yeah. That's rough. Can't really.
Storm
But
Radio
then-
and Cat says, I swear J through G sounds like someone I've talked to on the CB radio. It's uncanny.
Well, his picture with the hat on, you kind of reminded me of Rob, the sapper. He used to be sapper, I think, Gardner.
Rob the Sapper Garden, yeah.
Yeah.
Virginia.
Virginia. I know, but with your picture with the hat, it was the army. Are you in fatigues in that? It's so
No,
small. I always
that's just a hat. It says USA on it, but folks thought it was United States, but that's U.S. Army.
That's I thought it was an army. My dad was Army, World War II, though. He was one of the first Jeep drivers. He was, one of the ones taking the brass around and hauling ass and taking the brass is what they.
He was an armorer.
Yeah, and he took it out of the Army too. I mean, he could fix anything. Give him anything, he could fix it. He was, he's gone now, but he was like amazing that way. That generation was amazing in all that they went through, and also just how they could do just about anything you would put in front of them. They would go, okay. Not all of them, but like a lot of the men that had gone in and served who didn't come back, injured, or even back then, I think they called it shell shock back then. I don't even think they had that other term. I don't think they did. Now everybody uses that term, but Dad spoke German.
They do use it inappropriately.
They do use it inappropriately. Dad came back and spoke German until I was born, and I was his last baby. In his sleep, my mom would say, he's speaking German in his sleep again. He didn't talk about any of it until he was 80. And then he pulled out a map, showed me a little bit. I have an MP, a Nazi MP belt buckle. Told me one time when he first got over there, he was with his captain at the time. And there was a young boy running through a field over in Germany, and he's running like away from them. And my dad picked up his, gun, and he's like, no, that might be a scout, and they want you to fire. Don't ever fire when you see just one single one running out like that. And my dad remembered that, like those lessons that he was learning over there. But I didn't get to find out till he was 80. He told me too. He was with another person, I guess, in his division. It was just him and this kid, because they were all farm kids that were over there. It was him and this kid, and the farm kid, what does he do? Runs into a barn because they heard sirens in the local town. Barn kid was gone. He's like, I survived, and the barn was gone, and so was the kid.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I give you a little.
And that was a clean, like he'll tell me the clean stories where he's not giving me.
Right.
Yeah. He
That's
won't.
why.
Yeah. Yeah.
Never mind. But anyway.
Well, there is another question here.
Yeah.
From Homestead.
Actually, I don't mess with my bees at night.
Right.
Yeah, they sleep, don't they? They like to chill.
Right, they like to chill. But the latest I mess with my bees is probably about 6, 7 o'clock at the latest. But it's daylight.
Yeah.
Now, when it start getting darker early, I don't even mess with my bee after 4 o'clock. What I don't even bother my bees.
Mm,
Right. Hmm.
yeah. And I'm sorry, I just started talking about that and I don't even know your situation. I just knew the hat and I'm sorry.
Yes,
I don't want
yes.
to bring anything up with anybody else who's been there, done that.
Right. That's why we're going back to garden.
Yeah, that's right.
And yes, my oldest son was born in Germany. My daughter, Fort Stewart, stuff like
More.
that.
Wow. Okay. That's all we need to know. That was that was cool. We got a link there, sort of.
Hey.
It's a cool link.
How many kids do you have, J3?
I have 2, but I raised 5.
Oh, that's right. I think I remember that. Yes.
We were
My
about that.
my wife's sister children. I raised 3 of her children along with mine.
Oh, God bless you.
Bless you.
God bless you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, my parents got done with me. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
do it
You
for
got to
fa-
do it. You
Yeah.
got to do what you got to do.
My parents got my half sister's children after I was raised almost and out. They
Wow.
got her kids. Yeah.
Wow.
2 boys. 2 boys. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
that's important.
yeah,
It's important to be,
Go ahead.
it's like your family. I've known,
Yeah.
a family who they their young daughter, they did adopt the child out, but it was like, for me, I couldn't do that. If one of my daughters was young and had a baby and couldn't take care of it, it'd be like, I'll take care of it. It's my blood. Like I would be like, I'd be going, where is my grandchild out there? I would.
Yeah, it would be so hard.
I'd go, no, I'll raise them up.
Yeah.
I really didn't know these kids. We went to Chicago one time, and the mom was having a rough time, and she was talking about getting rid of the son there. And I told my wife, I said, we don't get rid of our children. And she didn't understand what I was saying at the time, but on my side of the family, you don't get rid of your children regardless. You raise your children, and that's how we ended up with them 3.
Yeah.
Said you don't get rid of your children, so they became ours.
Under circumstances, maybe there's nobody, but it's like,
and then it should be reversed if you can do it. If you're able to do it, it should be reversed. And then when the parents get older, they shouldn't be going into homes.
That's why I had 5 kids, so that gives me 5 chances. 5 chances to have someone take care of me.
I'm screwed. My kid doesn't even want kids. She just wants dogs. That's it. She's like, I'm not having grandchildren. The stepdaughter has the 3 boys. So
but do you just want to know? Okay, you don't want your own kids, but are you going to come and are you going to take care of me when I'm old? It doesn't matter. Just take care of me.
Right. She saw me take care of grandma. I don't think she wants to step in those shoes. I really don't. Bless her heart.
How my life changed because my mom, 2016, she got sick, and I had to go to New York. She said, I want to go back home. I want to go back home.
Aww.
Her sisters and everything was again. She don't need to go back to Georgia, but she said she want to go back home. She want to come down here, so she came. She stayed with us for about 2.5 months, and she went with the Lord.
Aww.
Then 2019, my father, he was in Chicago, and he ended up coming live with me. That's what really kind of messed my life up.
Yeah, that's when my mom came there too. 2019 October, my mom moved in with us, and then the big C happened after that.
Right. Yeah, I only know my father for 6 years.
Yeah, I was going to say you didn't have much of a relationship with your dad growing up.
Oh, that's right.
Right. I met him when I was 13. When I turned 18, I was gone.
Right.
And when he got that he couldn't do anything for himself, he's got other children, but they don't have homes. So he ended up coming here, and I figured that was a chance for me and him to reconnect and everything, but he wouldn't let it happen. So
Yeah, that's just awful.
He
I'm
closed
so
his
sorry.
eyes, and I felt I did all I could do, so I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah, you did the right thing. I had a sibling tell me after mom was gone, she's a half sister who wanted to take everything that was left of what my parents had, which wasn't much. It's in
You
boxes
got one
around
of
me.
them too?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I have two of them. I'm like Cinderella, and I have the stepsisters, except they're half related to me. One on
No,
each
that's
side. They combined forces and tried to push me away
when
from
I
my parents in their last
when I
days, their last years.
when
Yeah.
I got married in '85. My mom, she adopted two girls, and they never. We really didn't have no connection or anything. But
Yeah.
when my mom she passed, then she wanted to jump up and say, "That's my mommy. That's my mom."
Of course.
I'm
Yeah.
saying now I had to make you on the phone go to my mother's house to check her out and find out she was down and they had to call an ambulance. But she didn't want to go. I had to make her go.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Yep. We're
yeah.
not the only ones. I know Bob has expressed it too. He has siblings like that and also adopted.
Mhm.
So, and he comes up on my panel sometimes, and we've talked about that. Like with us, it's like, and I don't know if it's this way with you, but it hurts because it's like, oh, this could be so much better if you were not so selfish.
Yep.
Do you know we could have, I want that relationship with you,
Yeah.
but you want to take and take and take.
Yeah.
If you would just not be like that, this could be so much better. So we have that pain that we can't change them. We
Right.
just
Right.
can't change them.
Nope.
And that's what she did to me when mom passed. She goes, oh, you need to do the right thing. I said, I did. I gave mom her wish. She was here with us and not in a home when she passed. She was around our loving family. I said, and I called you on the phone and you got to be in her ear.
Right.
That's what doing the right thing is. Anything more, she
Mhm.
did not require of me. So
My son, well, my son is the only grandson she really got. But when she was in the hospital, she said, help your son take care of my house. So she told him right then, the house is yours. It's a 3-story
Right.
house in New York. And
yep.
I told him, I said, all right. But then I looked at the situation. I said, let me see if I can clear this all up. Then I give my
Yeah.
son the house. My
Oh,
son don't want to
bless
go
you.
to the north anyway, but
Yeah.
it's his. And
Right. That
when
was
my
a
mom
car. We had just a car, and yeah,
when my
same.
mom closed her eyes, that's when the stepsister jump up. Oh, mommy, this, mommy, this, mommy, this.
Hmm.
We rented out. There's 3 apartments. We rented out. I rented out 2 of them, and money went straight to the bank. I never touched anything.
Yeah.
So she started complaining and everything. Next thing you know, we end up going to court, and it's still in court now. Nobody's been living in the house for over 2 years now, 2.5 years.
What a mess.
Living
I'm
in the
so
house. So the
sorry.
house is just going down.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I
Yep.
said, we'll see what we're gonna do. If I
Yeah.
ever get it cleared up, if my son wanted, he can have it.
Yeah.
I'll
I
be
don't want
praying for
anything to do with the
you.
North.
Yeah, that's Bob. Bob, my friend Bob went through the same thing. The siblings sued him. He was going through like divorce, then he got sued by his siblings. Same.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's horrible. It's horrible.
Yeah. Death does
It's so
crazy
sad.
things to people where, it's just like,
Yeah.
just be nice and,
Yeah.
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 Well, one
And
thing,
be fair. I'm just
It
one.
also it will reveal people's core
right?
personality.
Yeah.
Just be,
Something like kind of
just
had a
before, oh,
go ahead.
just before my mother got sick, she
Hmm.
called me and said, "My son is trying to kill himself, this, that, and the other, and all because his girlfriend quit him." So I said, "All right, I tell you what, have him come to Georgia, live with me for a while, get his life straight. He can." I think he was getting ready to graduate. I said he can go in the military. He can do anything he wants to.
Yeah.
Just come down here, spend some time with me. And
Yeah.
then the following week is when my mother got sick. So
Mm.
after all this stuff, it seemed like she never. I told her he can come live with me. That seemed never to rise to anything.
Hmm.
And after she put up a whole bunch of fuss, we lost the tenants and everything. And then just a month ago. I've been paying everything myself, but then I said, now that she want this and want that, I sent her a letter. I said, I need $600 to pay the all the taxes and all the stuff for the house and everything. And I said, I've been doing it since she's been gone. Now, since you want this, now that you need to pay this. She wrote me back. She said, that's a nice way to say hello. You want $600. I said, I looked at. I said, now you want to participate in everything, but now I told you I need $600 to pay all the taxes and everything, and you want to get all smart and everything. I said, no problem, no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, my
Hey,
friend.
you charge a peach nut?
Hey, Peach Nut.
Peach Nut.
But it all worked for the good. That's the
It
right
will.
way.
To those who love God and are called according to his purpose, it will work for good.
Amen.
That's what it says.
Mm-hmm.
Stand on it. That's what
It all
I
works
had
together
to.
for good when I go and take some people out.
Yeah,
Then
that's
it'll work for real good.
Yeah, Jesus did use whips too.
At least
People
it
always
takes the
wanna do
pressure
that.
off you.
Yeah,
Exactly.
people
Yeah,
always
it's like,
wanna
here,
do
let me
that.
help you. Let me help you, God. Let me just go and whip their butts.
And that's what we mess up at.
Mm,
Let God do it and not let us do it. If we
I
do
know,
it,
but I just sometimes I go, I'm sure he's really, really busy. So
Yeah.
let me go and deal with this over here. And you go, oh, look at that, Maureen, you made a mess again. You're like, oh, dang it.
I
But
just
I think God's
retreat.
really
I just
busy.
like later.
that's it.
See ya.
Yeah.
I'll let God deal with you. Bye.
And that's it. And then just keep praying. Lord handle it. Lord handle it. Lord handle it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Right.
That is kind of how I do it.
Better than I can.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I know when I've gotten convicted, like people be like, "That's not very loving." You're a Christian. I'm like,
I'm a human being.
have you ever read the Bible? Have you
Sure.
ever seen when Jesus went into the temple, what he did to those folks?
He did destroy that table, didn't he?
Yeah.
He sat
Sure
down and made
did.
a whip, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Well,
Okay.
come on. He was
Okay,
a whole
Mama.
person.
I guess Mama, her charge nurse came back in. So
Oh, okay.
hopefully, yeah.
I hope
Oh,
Junior's
maybe she's
doing good.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe she's coming in or maybe she's going out. I don't know which one it is. But
She's saying, I think she's saying, okay, she's back now. The charge nurse had come in because she went.
right.
quiet.
Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, so she missed all that oobla wee, as my dad would say. Oh, no, that oobla wee. Not that this was oobla wee, but oobla wee.
Oh,
My dad, oobla wee. My dad has a very low gravelly voice, and I can mimic him very, very well. Unfortunately, so my brothers actually go, here, Maureen, you read what Dad wrote down, and but he's got very low gravelly voice, and kind of sounds like he's just a little bit stuffed up a little bit. It sounds like a little bit constipated. Yeah, that's what my dad sounds like. And that's why, because he's a big man, and he's like, Maureen, you stop acting like a fool, and if I start talking just like him, it just shuts him right down. He just, because we'll say, well, Dad, Calvin, I just need to tell you something. Now he's not talking.
He said, we don't need two of me around here.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, my dad started one time. I remember exactly where we were. We were in the garage next to the washing machine, and I did something, but it wasn't that bad. But my dad too was like old and kind of gruff and tough, and he was a little man though, but his mouth would do the work for him. Right. Maybe his fists wouldn't, but his brain and his mouth. He started just telling me like going down the line, and I said, now wait a minute here. Am I not an adult, Daddy? You're not allowed to talk to me like that anymore. And he went, and he smiled real big. He's like,
nice to meet you.
Glad you could come out finally. Like short man syndrome. I don't know. No, he was a quiet man. Just when he was frustrated, that short man syndrome would come out.
Mhm.
Well, when you
Yeah.
get frustrated, it doesn't matter whether it's short or tall, it comes out.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, tell this challenge that we're in. I was giving my son the what too. He had just torn something up. I don't remember what it was. And my phone called the messaging group, the Facebook messaging group. I'm like, damn man, blah, 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 blah.
It called
like,
it and then it
yes, it called the group. It's like, why, hello, I'm having a very difficult day. I'm sorry. But I forget what he did that time. He's good at like stuffing the toilets with stuff and you take your eyes off of him and he wants your attention. He's good at finding a way to get it.
He just wants you to stay busy.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Keeps my husband and I busy.
Mm-hmm. And how old is he?
Hmm?
Yeah, how old is he? Is he 9?
He's 9. But the
9.
autism, he's a 3rd level.
Yeah.
Autistic. So
yeah.
One thing I can say, and I thank my wife for, she didn't go to work until all my kids were in middle school, getting ready to go to high school. And she didn't go to work when I think the last one was going to Taylor was going to the 8th grade is when she started working. And when we just had my 2, I said, you don't need to work. I was in the military at the time. I said, you don't need to work. Take care of the kids. We got everything. But then when you get out of the military, everything ain't everything.
No.
But she stuck with it until they actually started going to high school. Then she went on and got a job and everything. And now she enjoying it. I enjoyed that part that she took care of the kids because majority of the time I was gone.
Right.
But
and it's there is there's sometimes people, they do have to work outside the home, but if you are able to stay at home, that stability, with you being gone all the time, there's just that thing where I knew for myself, I always knew my mom was a stay-at-home mom. She was always home. There was a couple of times where I came home and the doors were all open, like it was a sunny day, came home from school, came in, couldn't find my mom, and I just went, yep, there it is. Second coming has come. Of course, my mom is gone. I knew that I wasn't going to get taken. I always knew it. I knew it. I should have prayed, the Lord's, the Lord, not the Lord's prayer, but I should have prayed for salvation at least 50,000 more times.
Should have walked
then she came out the basement
every Sunday.
Then she came out the basement.
No, I think she was just at the neighbors or something like that, picking up something or whatever. But it was just like, always, my mother was always home. And I was fortunate to be a stay-at-home mom, and I homeschooled my kids until grade 7. And then, there was issues with my relationship with my husband. And so there were times when we were apart. And I think that's a story I have never actually told, that it's like, I've been married twice to the same man. Married him once for it was 18 years, I think we were married. And then we were divorced for 9. And then we were married again for 18 months.
Aww.
Before he passed.
Wow.
But so I do feel really blessed to have been able to be a stay-at-home mom again for my kids. But I do understand for people, you go, I have no choice but to work.
In the society today, women don't have a choice but to work for the same reason. There are dads in the house and there are not dads in the house. So therefore somebody has to work.
Yes. Yep. Yep. Yeah, it's getting to that point where I gotta treat this. Maureen actually and the girls from the challenge, Janet and Kelly, their channels, it's Almost Homesteading and Lark's Homesteadish, are all very inspiring, looking at this in a way for business to make it work when they're not necessarily there later on. And I was like, man, I just looked at it as like legacy for my kids to have me on video. But if I could do that with this thing,
Mhm.
That would take some pressure off because we're feeling it.
Yeah.
You know, I stay home too with my son. We don't want him in public school because he's not that verbal. Um, Also for other reasons, we just don't want him in the public school. But yeah, if that could work, that would be great. I just don't want to step on people to do it. That's my big thing is I don't want to. You see people that get big and then they're like, they don't know you. Like, who are you?
Mhm, mhm.
Not that I'm going to get big, but just making money. I don't want to get that way.
Yeah. Thanks, Q.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not into. It's. Yeah, I'm not into like. Wow, look at me! I can buy. I'm not into
No.
materialistic things. I like good quality things
Me
and
too.
more things that I can hoard. You know, if
and
I,
fun things like these.
Yeah,
Like I like
yeah.
fun stuff.
Yeah, yeah, your little fun, your little woohoo disco. But yeah, no, I look at that. This will be residual money from my parents or for my kids. I don't know what you mean, Homestead Aquarius. 18 years, 9 off, 18 months.
Into months.
So it was 18 years, then off for 9, but we still had to hang out and stuff like that. And then it was 18 months, 18 months that we were married again before he passed. So.
Oh, okay.
He's thinking
Yeah.
schedules like firefighters. It's usually it's usually 24, 2 off, 24 or 24, 24, 1 day off, depending on how they switch it up.
Yeah.
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 Yes. So yeah, it was 18 months that we were married for the second time, and before he passed, because I just knew that he when he first got the cancer, can't remember, 2089, 8 or 9, somewhere in there, not 89. I was having baby number 2 in 89, but I just knew, like, we were divorced at the time, and I just knew that when he died, he'd really want to be married to me, and that was important. I just knew that was important to him, and neither of us had been, in other relationships in those 9 years, like nothing serious or whatever, and we were just hanging out a lot, and we were taking dance. Social dancing together. We each had our own homes and stuff like that. And he'd come pick me up. We'd go to do the dance lessons and stuff. And then, and I don't know, there was just something about the dancing that just kind of settled things in us. When you make a mistake, in a dance, in a dance routine, if you make a mistake, you laugh it off. Yeah. And that just seemed to, there wasn't that pressure of, you did this, you did this, you did this, you did this. It wasn't that. It was like, okay, there was a big mess. We messed up. We laughed about it. And that just kind of partly drew us a little closer together. And, he'd always say, like, when we were divorced, he'd always, like, we'd be grocery shopping saying, hey, why don't we get married again? Hey. And so I actually asked him, I proposed to him. Yeah, after a dance, we had dance, whatever, and I had a ring of my grandmother's second husband, and so we went out for just some appies, and he went off to the bathroom. I put the ring down on his placement. When he came back, he was like, "What's this?" And I said, "Do you want to marry me?" And he was like, "What? Really?" He wasn't that demonstrative, but he was still. So it really was. I just wore one of my performing gowns, and we went and bought him the suit, and I said, it's like, this is your wedding. I've got, I was gigging a lot, and I was teaching a lot, or no, yeah, I was teaching at the time. And I said, you got to plan this wedding. So it was his wedding that he put together, and we just got married in the backyard with 50 friends, and it was absolutely lovely. And so we had 18 more months together, and yeah, and it was a blessing. We did hospice at home. So all of the adults everybody was here as he passed, and so it was very beautiful and very peaceful. It's one of those kind of crazy, miraculous stories, which it'd take too long to get in to explain it all. But nonetheless, it was like, you knew the presence of God was here in my house. It was not that I knew it at the time, because you're looking after this. I was maybe sleeping 1 to 3 hours a night to take care of him, and then But when that presence left, you knew that, oh my gosh, God was here and I could have hung on to him. Where is he now? Come back down. Bring that peace back into my house.
Right.
So anyway, so it's been 8 years for me as a widow.
Mm.
I'm not very widow. I'm kind of a big widow.
Oh my gosh. Such a dad
So
joke.
that's why you hang out with chickens and stuff now, huh?
That's right. Yes. Yeah. So
Sure.
anyway, that's a little sideline of some of my story.
That's awesome.
I
Though.
wish I could have got my marriage together. I wish she would have told me, you handle it. I wish she would have told me that. Shit. I've been married in 30 minutes and all we need is a preacher. That's it. We ain't gonna have no witnesses. I would have done with that.
We're gonna end it.
Well, I think it was a lot more work than I like, because I was like, listen, I'm not interested in, like, we're having it catered. I do not want to do a dish. I do not want to notice any dishes. I don't want to do anything. I just want it to be simple. No big, so it became a little bit more elaborate because, we had friends who had been to our first wedding. So I'd say, hey, I'm getting married. And people like that lived far away, they'd go, really? Can I come? And you're like, how do you say, no, you were at our first wedding. You don't need to come to the second one. So pretty soon it was like we were only going to have like 20 people. Then it was like, okay, we're now at 25. Oh, 30, 35, 50. And then I just went, okay, that's it. We're not telling anybody else that we were getting married, because everybody is like, yeah, can we? No, you can't get. I can't put any more people in my house.
What a blessing, though, that you're that loved.
Thank you.
asked mine to marry me. 2 months later, I said, you better marry me now. You'll never see me again. I was going to Germany.
Right.
We most definitely would have been
separated
together when I.
Yeah, no, I'm not so widow. I'm a widow. I'm not a widow. I'm a substantial widow.
What? Why do I favor her? I think she's wonderful. What are you talking about?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Might be a typo in there.
Yeah, maybe. She was just eating a really juicy melon. So. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I just popped up because we were talking about just being more maximalistas rather than minimalists. And my mom was a maximalista, but she also too liked good quality stuff. But today, looking for my son's nebulizer, I had a backup one.
Oh, just hang on. So what Georgia was meaning is like that we look alike.
Yeah, I'm looking at the glasses. Okay, the glasses. Maureen has red lipstick on.
Yeah, I don't have any tonight, but I usually do.
Yeah.
I do usually wear. I've got a cold, so I don't want to put any of my lipsticks up to my mouth. Oh, funny. Thank you. Her mom was a Maxinista. That's funny. I try to avoid there. I like going there.
See, Larks is even going, they have similar noses.
Oh, bless you. Maureen.
Oh, and smiles.
Maureen's beautiful.
In other words, they just said, I'm up here with two beautiful ladies. That's
a good way to stay safe.
That's
always. No, Maureen's cuter than me, but thank you very much.
I think we're pretty equal.
Yeah.
Do you have a beauty mark here?
No, but I have one in my eye. I have. I have it's like. I'm trying to think how you see people that have one eye that is a different color than the other. My one eye started to go amber and just kind of stopped up at the top. So it's kind of like my beauty mark. Oh, thank you, Georgia Peachnut Garden. I was wondering.
She said, I said it to be in the clear. I think she said, so she in the clear.
That's right.
Yeah,
I should put on some lipstick, I guess, about now. Let me know.
Well, you'll have to disinfect it because you do not
know,
want to
right?
keep that, to keep the germs going and going.
No, I can't do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I'm always putting on lipstick. But yeah,
Yeah.
we were talking about
You are
that.
right. Don't worry about it. You're fine. You're fine.
You're
You're all right.
beautiful.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
And you have big teeth like me. I think that's the other thing. We both have
Yeah.
like big
They
teeth.
filed mine down because I had knocked like one of them was gonna break in the front, and the dentist, no joke, put it in, and the crown popped out, and then when he put it in the first time, it stuck up like higher than he expected, so he
Oh.
filed my teeth to match it. Then when it fell out, he didn't push it up high enough, so now I have
Oh. Hey, Bushcraft family.
So
How
anyway,
you
all that to say
doing?
is they used to be a little bit like the same, and yeah, I used to have big teeth, have a big mouth. I got that from my dad, even though he was quiet. I have,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
See,
I have my mom's dimple. I have my mom's
yeah,
dimple.
I have a big mouth too. So maybe we are, maybe
Distantly
we come
related.
from some similar bloodlines or something like that. Because yeah, I would
We do
show
have
you my
other side we had in Canada split off from my grandmother.
yeah. But I'm only third generation Canadian here from on my mom's
Oh,
side. So
okay.
my
Could be.
grandma and my mom and everybody else is it's a big European mix of
Mhm,
Spanish, French, Irish, and English,
mhm.
Austrian, and
Yeah,
And then my
so
dad is from the south, from Mississippi. I don't know where his family originated.
yeah. Hey, Bushcraft family came in. Hey, Bushcraft. What's
Mm-hmm.
up? What's it? Yeah, maybe the Welsh Irish side. We have German too.
Yeah.
My mom was German Irish. My grandmother was Irish, like pretty much probably had some Scottish in there too.
Mm-hmm.
And then my father actually was well, she was Irish. My grandmother was Irish, and then my grandfather on my mom's side was German. Um, and then on my dad's side, it was my grandmother was Welsh, and my grandfather was Irish. So we have a lot of
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's funny because people over in Europe are like, "You aren't those things. You don't live here." I was like, "Yeah, I guess not. I'm American. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm mixed. I'm a little nut, and that's
I can't
okay."
say what what I'm mixed with. I don't know, other than
Mm.
black. But my stepsister did that gene thing where you mail in
Yeah.
your blood and all that stuff.
Like the
53
ancestors.
with me or something like that.
Yeah, and she come tell me, well, you do have like 8% Korean in you. I said, really? I said,
Wow. Okay.
I didn't say it like that, but
I was like, was
I
it
was-
so
Well,
hot?
I'd
Only
be happy
8%.
about that. I love Korean food.
since
so.
it was my sister, I said, I don't know about them being in me, but I know I've been in them. So
Oh,
Spoken like a GI.
yeah, I'm just saying.
just saying.
Yeah, those
No.
are the stories Daddy didn't tell.
Right.
Yeah. Because you're not your skin tone is not super dark, is it, J3?
No,
Like, you're not
I'm
really like you're kind of like caramel color like me, a little darker caramel color.
yeah, when I take my shirt off, I'm butter pecan.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
It's so funny because I used to say that with my son Malachi. He's black. We think I would love to get, the however they do that gene testing, whatever it is. I would love to know where the black comes from because we have a lot of Haitian population. He has that perfectly little round face like some of the little ladies have
So,
here.
Can I go a little biblical on you?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, just think about it. We were all born. We all came from one man.
Mm-hmm.
He was in this Africa or the hot place, so we all had this skin tone about us.
Yeah.
And then there was a part where the people they were a little intelligent, and they said we want to go to the heavens.
Oh,
So they
Babel.
started building the Tower of Babel.
Yep.
And God said, they have one mind.
Yeah.
They just might do it.
Yep.
So he confused them, and
Yep.
once they confused him, you didn't know what I was saying, and
Mhm.
we didn't know what each other was saying, so we went our separate ways. That's why
Yep.
we got this northeast, south, and west.
Yep.
Mhm.
Those
It's
that went
true.
to the north, due to the fact that it was starting being colder, their pigmentation started changing to a lighter color. And
Yep.
Mhm.
same thing all around.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
realistically, we're
Yep.
all one.
Yeah.
I love that. I love
Yeah.
that. Yep. I
Yeah,
love
my
that.
my
Because
coloring is just from the sun. I'm more of a, like, I am a very light caramel color if you look there.
Mhm.
That was
Yep.
just my shoulder. See, you can see my,
Beautiful.
so I'm
Beautiful.
very, very pale compared.
But that
This is,
extra melanin keeps you younger longer. I have oil in my skin and we're really pale. So you can see delineation from me having almost like it created, like you said, if you're out in the sun more, it creates the extra melanin. But now they call it a problem. It's melasma or whatever because it gets blotchy. But I'm in the sun more.
you're right. I'm 83.
You look good. Dang, what? I just lost my mom. She was only 84. And I was like,
are
my
you
daddy was,
83?
get out of here. It's
You're
not even just
you're
the
not
look.
83.
It's,
Shut the front door.
you got the brain of a much younger man, too.
Maureen, I don't even know why you want to believe something like that.
Oh. I'm so gullible.
When she said the melatonin keep you looking young. I,
Melanin. Yeah, it does.
I'm
Well, it
60.
depends where you're at, though.
You're
Like,
I'm
if you're always
62.
in the
You're
sun,
62. Okay,
drying
that
it
makes
out.
more sense. It's like, but it's like, I have seen some people that you go, wow, do you ever look way
Yeah.
younger than we are? So,
Yeah.
oh, see, so we'd all hang out. Like we're all in that same kind of same. She's just a little bit younger than me, and you're just a little bit older than me. We're all
I just
kind of,
turned 53 this
My
July 30th.
daughter wants me to grow this right here because she said if you don't have, you look too young. And she talking about you don't need to have these young girls talking to you. So, Daddy, whenever you come around, make sure you have your beard and this, that, and girl, please.
It's like
Would-
let you have a little fun.
yeah. Well, but even still, like with my dad, he would
Let-
shave everything off, and he's still like, he looks very young, and it's his birthday tomorrow.
Aw.
And yeah, I won't say how old he is, but he's in his getting into his late 80s. But even with his gray hair, young women still go up to him and like, hey, you're like, that's my dad. Ugh. That's my dad.
Stop.
That did happen. Where was we at? Me and my daughter went somewhere together, and the young lady was trying to talk to me. I'm gonna tell mom. I'm gonna tell mom. I'm gonna tell mom. I'm just being nice. That's all.
That's right.
Well, try
I
being
can't help it
me.
if they all want a piece of this.
Yeah. I have the opposite story. I got my dad who still thinks he's young and would be driving in his little car. He was a handyman at the time, and I'm a teenager. It's Florida. Women walk around with hardly any clothes and his little head. Daddy, stop it. Dad. Then just laugh later on now. Too funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, you forget
Got a
because
nice,
it's your
nice
dad.
Thank you,
compliment
Garden
there
Warrior.
from,
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I got to remember, I have a wife now, so
Yes.
Absolutely.
I have a husband.
Yeah.
I'm only allowed up here anyway because Maureen's here. I don't get on all male panels anymore. He prefers that it's mixed. And, biblically, I can understand that.
my wife. When I get on this stuff right here, my wife, she goes to the other room. She said, I
That's
don't want to hear all that.
That's right. She's like, oh, good. He's busy. I can go and watch my favorite shows or do whatever I want.
If my brother called me right now, she said, "Oh, y'all just talking foolishness." She'll just take and leave.
Too funny. Oh my gosh. But when you said about pecan if you're, a Yankee, pecan if you're down south, I think it is. I called when people would look at us because my son is dark. And I would be like, you have a problem? I'm like, he's just my chocolate baby and I'm his vanilla mama. Like, you don't have a problem when you order a dessert, you don't look at that dessert like that. Don't look at us like that. Like, whatever.
I don't
Yeah.
worry
Oh,
about it.
I just loved him.
Not
It was
at all.
far less now, at least in this day and age. We're doing that
Yeah,
far less.
when I had my first two daughters, so my husband is as pale as they can be. He is a he's a true ginger. Where he goes, yeah, my skin is pretty well, it's
It's
transparent.
like translucent.
Yeah,
Kinda.
translucent, sorry, yeah. So I've got the two girls, and I'm gone to my doctor, and and it's like I'm half, and so then these children are quarter. But my sister and our children all have more of the white tones, where my brother's children have more of the melanin in their skin. Not all of them, but more so, like similar like me. And
Yeah.
so it's a locum doctor in, and so he looks at me, he goes, "Are you the nanny?" And I look at him and I go, "No." And then he goes, "Oh, adopted." And I went, "No. Would you like to see, the stretch marks that I've, and he just kept looking at the girls and me, looking, back and forth. And I just went,
Wow.
I'm thinking, you went to school. It's like,
I would be
I
like,
said,
I'm sorry.
so
How old are you? Maybe it's time for you to retire.
I think he was young. And I said, well,
Wow.
I said, I'm only half black, and my husband is a ginger. So, that's, where it's like,
Yeah.
I've got the recessive genes. Like 3 of my 5 adults have green eyes, which green eyes are a very
I agree.
odd,
Yeah,
it's
it
a
is.
very rare, it's like 2% of the world. Well,
Mhm.
I own 3 of them.
That's
Thank you
awesome.
very much. You're welcome. You're welcome.
And she
So
was blessed.
that's right. With so I've got 3 with green eyes, and all 5 of my kids have different types of hair, like whether
Mhm.
it's really curly
Yeah.
and different color of eyes. Like the 3 with the green, they're
Mhm.
very similar, somewhat, not quite exactly green like their dad. Their dads were green, but I have the recessive for blue, and
Yeah.
I guess recessive for green, and so mixing with him, bang, I got
Yeah.
these green-eyed kids. 3 out of 5. 3 out
Yeah.
of 5 green-eyed children.
I believe it about the hair because Malachi came from siblings, and actually a lady at our church, they had already had his older sibling when they went into care before. I think what they did was because mom had some serious problems and the kids were in and out, in and out. But I think they sent the kids home to see if it would work one last time, but they knew Malachi was there to bring them all. If they were going to do it, they were going to bring that baby in too, because he wasn't looking too good. I think the case manager had visited and saw Malachi, but I ran into the mom of his sibling at like Walgreens, and we were just running out that day, like real quick. So my son's hair, it needs like the co-washes, it needs conditioner when he comes out. Like we keep it short, usually high and tight. My husband and him go, he's got really nice, oh, it looks so good right now. It's like a tight fade, and then this is all shaved. I go out, I had not combed his hair of that particular day. I just ran out the door. Sure enough, she goes, oh, well, I talked to so-and-so at church, and she told me what to use on his hair. I looked right at his hair. I was like, your son's hair is not my son's hair. I know they both black, but I can tell you right now, I've done his hair enough, and even when he was little, put it in twists and everything else. That's not his hair. But have a good day.
Hey.
But I mean, I didn't really come all out and say that. I was like, yeah, I know about that product. That was all in my head. But it was like, you don't even know that they have different hair.
I got 3 sister-in-laws, 1 Italian, 2 white. And the children, they took more of the dark side than the light side. So
yeah. Yep.
And their hair is more like curly. It's nappy, but it's on the curly side.
Yeah, mine, like if I had real nappy hair, I wouldn't have a clue of how to do it, because was trying to think, have I ever? Oh yeah, my brothers have afros, so I would have touched their hair, but it's like I wouldn't have a clue because I've got this in between. It was like, nope, you're not fully curly, but nope, you're not straight. You're in the middle. And with my daughters, like theirs is, you know, even looser. I think everybody has curly hair to some, like what just the one has really tight corkscrew, the tighter corkscrew hair. But yeah, it's all a variety. But I wouldn't, you know, it's like if I had to deal with some nappy hair, I'd be like, I wouldn't have a clue, not at all, because mine is very, very, very soft.
Yeah, it was definitely looking that word that day. I can see why she might have said something to me, but it was like, yeah, I know about Mother's Daughter. Yeah, I know. I have that product already at home, along with Cantu. Yes, I have Cantu. I have, yeah, okay, Shay, I've got that. Like, you want to talk products? Let's talk products.
Hey.
I've tried everything on this little boy. Finally, Daddy just got a good barber, and that really helped a lot.
Yeah. J3, have you ever had your hair big and poofy, or have always been?
I think my hair. I think the highest I ever had my hair was in high school. It was probably about 2.5 inches high. As far, I only had curls one time, and I was 57. I just wanted to try.
You went out a Jerry curl?
Yeah, I put the kid in.
Yeah.
But now my hair is just, if I let it grow, my hair just goes straight.
Okay. Wow.
Just that much hair, it straightens it out.
I take after my grandfather. He'll just he always wore a scarf when he go to bed, and when he comb his hair, whatever, it just looks straight.
Wow.
Did he didn't do any hot combing with it and stuff like that? No. Okay. So yeah. So there must be some, you know, some sort of blend in there.
He had a light pigment. He had a light pigment.
Yeah.
It skipped his son and went to me.
That's what's weird though. It does that. How our genes are so different. Like even like my friends were, I think I told Maureen this once. My friend is Austrian. Her father's Austrian. The one daughter gets the Austrian dark hair, brown eyes. The other daughter gets the blonde hair, blue eyes. Wow. They didn't even, except for some of the facial features, look related. It was like crazy, but both from him. Like,
wow.
Just how it split. It was.
Yeah. Well, my youngest was the palest, and I think he's got the lightest hair. And when my dad came over to see him, and I'm holding him, it's like here's your grandson. He goes, looks at him, and goes, so do you think maybe Dale was fooling around? And I'm holding him, and I'm like, well, I went to the hospital and had this baby, so I don't think Daryl came home and went, here's a baby that's yours now. And my brother, he came in and he goes, hey, your baby's sitting. I go, no, it's your nephew. It was like, he's really white. And it's like, yeah, he is.
Give him time. He might toast up a little bit. You never know.
Put it this way. Matt, well, what's his name? Prince Charles?
Yeah.
Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. He's just a little fella now, but let's wait and see.
Is it Charles or is it?
What, the youngest one?
I don't follow the royals enough, must say.
No, I just threw that in there, but no, I don't follow them either.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. You're talking about the Meghan and Harry situation.
Yes.
Be interesting. Yeah. My son, he is like, he tans. My mom calls him, golden boy, because he gets beautiful golden, and he does still have light hair, but super, super crazy curly hair, and sometimes has it long, sometimes has it short. He's,
Yeah, I love straight hair too. My daughters she got her father's coloring. She's like
That's
the
pretty.
kind of blonde that it goes lighter in the sun, but it looks like during the winter it looks like a light brown. But if they get out in the
Oh,
sun a
Prince
lot,
Harry.
they get the highlights.
Yeah.
And then she's got hazel eyes.
Yeah, I was talking about Prince Harry, and it's like, yeah, my eyes turn green. Watch out. Yeah, pretty much. But still, it's just nice, nice extra distant fodder gossip to talk about.
Yep. Take your mind off.
Well,
Yes.
I think before his grandmother passed, I think that was one of her concerns anyway.
Oh yeah, because the last one was named after her. The
Oh.
What are
limit.
you gonna look
Yeah,
like?
it-
What are you gonna look like? You don't have to worry about it now.
Nope. No,
Yeah.
she don't.
Yeah.
She don't. That's for sure.
hmm
But yeah. So what did survive? We could go back to gardening. What did survive your deer fest that happened? Did you?
Oh, with the deer thing, let
Did
me see.
everything come back?
All my trees came back.
Good.
The only thing now is that the
Love you too, Mama
Right.
Owl.
Night, Mama.
the rain got them,
Oh,
and then the sun came back and started beating everything up. But they look like they're coming back after this week. They look like they're coming back.
That's great, Robert. I'll trim some off and send it to you, Robert. You can just, or you can sew it in and make yourself a little something. Yeah.
Stitch it up. And then you just said then with all the rains you've lost everything else, like the corn and the okra.
Now that you said that, out of
Cool.
my father's side and my mother's side, I'm the only one with hair.
No way.
Wow.
Wow.
12 kids on my mother's side. I'm the only one with hair. On my father's side, 9 boys, and I'm the only one with hair.
Wow. Wow.
Hey.
That's that weird. Yeah, like the genetics. You just don't know.
Never know
It's
what
like
you're
a
gonna
grab bag. I'm taking the hair.
Hey. Now back to the garden.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
You
you have
were saying,
how many fruit trees do you have
oh Lord.
right now?
I'm 5 acres. Jeez.
Oh yeah. No, I mean I guess types. Like what are you growing? Like apples,
Oh, okay.
cherry. Like that'll be easier than cultivars.
Asian pear.
Oh, my favorite.
Love
those.
What is Kefir pear?
Okay.
2 different apple trees.
Nice.
I got 2, 4. I got 6 loquats.
Hey, Passamaquoddy.
No.
2 plum trees.
Wow.
Whole bunch of citrus trees.
Nice.
And 20 something feet full of blueberries.
Wow.
How are you doing your blueberries? Because you guys have clay, right? You have the clay soil, like, or you
No,
have
we don't
some of
have
the
clay here.
sand?
We're sandy soil here.
Sandy like us. Okay.
With my blueberries, the only thing I do to my blueberries is I put pine needles, coffee grounds, and leave it alone.
Okay.
I don't even water it.
Wow. Well, I haven't had to this year. We started same thing. The rain started into mid-spring, and we've gotten maybe 2 days off at the most, and it's rained like almost consistently, almost every day.
No,
So I'm grateful for that. I haven't had to
period.
really
I don't water them blueberries. Period.
Okay.
They take care of themselves.
I just have 2 bushes, and I think I have one that's an emerald, and the other one I don't know. It was just at the grocery store, and I went, "Oh, blueberry for $10, mine."
When we bought this house, they were over there, and I started to go out and just cut them all down. Told my wife, I said, "I'm getting rid of them bushes right there. I don't want these bushes over there. I ain't gonna do them but cause animals, to snakes, and all the stuff to come up." And when I finally got my chainsaw and went out to go cut, I said, "Oh!" I told my wife, I said, "Them trees full of blueberries. I ain't touched them since."
It's funny because that's what I look for now. Like if you're looking at houses, I always look for that mature fruit trees.
Don't have to do the extra work. Yeah.
You know,
My
When we moved here, I had nothing but flowers flowers. The only thing that have flowers hanging all off the house, in front of the house, and everything.
Mhm.
Now flowers the least thing you find out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said, if you can't eat it, I don't want to grow it.
Yeah. That's
But then I found out you can eat a lot of the flowers too.
yeah, right.
That's
True.
true. That's very
true.
true.
But
This farm that I was at, they are working on it. Was all they had was these terrible blackberry bushes, but they've been digging them out. But they've made, it's probably about a 4 foot, well maybe I don't know, maybe 3 foot fence of all different types of plants to bring in pollinators, and also to actually draw away, the different predators and things like that.
Mhm.
Or
Like a
not
trap
predators.
hedge.
Yeah,
a trap.
yeah, it's a trap hedge. And like it's, we're getting to midsummer, so it's not all in full bloom, but it was like, I went,
Mhm.
yeah, that's something I'd like to, think about when when I do find my farm, is that I do something like that. Because I am loving where in the front I've got, about 7 or 8 different kinds of lavender,
Mhm.
all in this one hedge, and that's where the bees are. And it's like, I need this little hedge to be, where my vegetables are, right, right alongside it. So that's something where you go, I'd really like to have the some sort of
Well, at
hedge
this
like
day
that.
and age, I like the idea of the blackberries that you said, or raspberry, anything with thorns, and you make a death hedge first, and then do your pretty, for the bees. We used to joke around about that, David the Good, on his
now
old lives. Death
my
hedge.
blueberries don't have any kind of stickers or anything
Yeah, no,
around.
mine don't.
Yeah,
But now
yeah.
if you go in my backyard,
Mhm.
you can always run into blackberries. Blackberries grow wild in my backyard, all over.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you how God worked. 2018, I bought passion fruit,
Mhm.
stayed in the container, had it in the front of my house, wouldn't put it in the backyard, wouldn't move it nowhere.
Yeah.
Frost came, killed the whole thing.
Oh.
After that, I got passion fruit growing all in my backyard.
Isn't that
Yeah.
great? Right?
The plant never left the front, never produced the fruit
Yep.
or anything. Frost killed it, but I got passion fruit all over my backyard.
Mhm. Is it the maypop that you got in the backyard?
No problem.
My
went
God
in-
did. Maypop is a particular. It's almost like a native passion fruit, pretty much
Yeah.
now, right? It is. I think it's a passion fruit. It's just ours. It's an American passion fruit
Right.
that grows up. I think is it all the Southeast has it, and
Well,
into I think Tennessee has it too.
I don't know.
Or-
I just know it grows up in my backyard now, and I didn't plant it.
It's gorgeous. Either way, it's
I
a
never,
passion
I never
vine.
planted it, never put anything there.
That's
It's just,
it.
that's what it is. There it is.
It never
Well-
went past my front door.
I had
I
that
got-
happen with passion vine, but I didn't get to find out which variety it was. But I thought it was a purple possum. And then as it was coming into flower and starting to figure out how to maybe make a fruit, the neighbors decided to take out all their old fence. That was what it was clinging to between our two fences.
Mhm.
And the guy came in and ripped out. And I had just said, please, if you guys do anything, don't rip out all the passion fruit. I really, let me know. All gone.
But it should have came back. Passion fruit just runs wild.
Well, what they did next, this is what they did. I'm pretty sure it was my passion fruit. But when we put up a fence during 2020, it got trapped on the other side, the seeds that I had laid.
Oh.
And so to see it, like, I was like, oh, this is great. Yay. Because the first thing I planted in my garden was a passion vine. And it's even on my channel, like my first food forest plant, I'm planting this, passionate for my first food forest, whatever it's titled, but that died. I killed it because it was in full flower, and I killed it. It was me. So I was so happy to see it growing. But anyway, so when they pulled it out, I was kind of bummed. And then
Mhm.
suddenly next to my plumeria, I'm like, what is that? What's that? I had a volunteer papaya come up this year.
Wow.
Oh,
How
I was like,
sweet is that?
okay, God. I'm like, that's cool. Those fruit faster than that. That's okay.
So
I'm good.
J3, do you think that it was rooted from underground, or
Birds probably.
I've been
Somebody
here for
probably. Yeah.
I've been here for over 19 years, and I never had that problem with anything until after I had until I bought that passion fruit. It died. Then
Hmm.
it started growing in the back.
Oh
But
wow.
in the back, my grass was always cut and all this stuff.
Mhm.
And then I noticed in my mulberry trees, I noticed that there was some strange vines all over it, and it had some big green fruit. And I
Wow.
was real curious, and I said, "Ah." So I went, got my camera, took a picture. It's made pop and all this stuff.
Mhm.
I said, "Oh, so you can eat it."
Hmm,
I
That's
busted
awesome.
open, tastes good.
yeah,
And
Mhm.
wow, free
I
food.
I got some
Yeah.
on the table now because when I went out today, my son got a sheep out there, and I
Mhm.
started looking around the area. I saw some laying down. I said, "Let me get it." Now they're
Right.
about the size of a golf ball or smaller.
Mhm. They're a smaller
But
one.
down by
Tasty though,
where my
right?
corral is at,
Mhm.
those fellas, they're about a little miniature softball. I
Mhm.
Wow.
mean, baseball. So I
Hmm.
keep every day I go back and look at them fellas waiting for them to fall.
Mhm. That's
So I
awesome.
don't know what a loquat is. I've seen them on other people's channels
I
and
know what
YouTube.
it is. Go ahead, because it's yours.
What's a
Well,
loquat? Because you're loquat.
a loquat is a fruit that looks like a miniature peach, but it's yellow.
Mhm.
Hmm.
And when you bite into it, don't bite too hard because you bite a seed.
Mhm. Yep.
And these two trees been out here for over 3 years, and this is the first year where I've got 5 of them that I got and the squirrels didn't.
I'm
Squirrels
winning.
are
Yes,
mean.
Yeah.
We,
and
we we had an avocado tree, and the squirrels used to taunt us. They used to go up and just take one bite out of all the avocados,
yeah,
throw them down.
So the flavor of a loquat is
Wait,
like
go ahead.
what?
uh, I'll say it's between a peach and a plum. It's
Okay.
Yeah,
mellow, it's sweet, and
you
my
gotta let it
grandson ate
ripen though.
one. I ate the other 4, and those are the seeds. They're about they're about 7 to 8
Nice.
inches tall now.
That's great.
I planted the seeds; they growing. And one thing I love about the loquat, you can neglect that tree, and it
Hmm.
does what it still produce.
That's
Yeah,
that's the kind of tree I need. I don't know if
yeah.
I can grow them up here on Vancouver Island. Um,
You could ask
Well, I'll
Howie
put it
maybe.
this way: out of all the trees, when we had the freeze and stuff here in Georgia, all the trees lost leaves and everything except for the loquat.
So,
hmm,
oh yeah, wait, loquat I think is originally Japanese. So
hmm.
you might be able to get away with it.
Right.
Maybe just keep it close to the house for some like little radiant heat. Oh well, not too close because they can get big and bushy depending
So
on
yeah,
the cultivar.
so
In a
George
warm
P
spot.
said she's had it for 3 years, but no fruit.
Oh, I
Hmm.
had mine for 3 years too before I actually got fruit.
Okay.
And you got to look at that fella too because sometime now I thought I saw some fruit,
Hmm.
but it wasn't fruit. And then when I laid it for it, that's when I saw the fruit.
Right.
Hmm.
And I got these in big containers, but they're going in the ground.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Georgia peach nut too, just like you said. If you have squirrels, you might not be seeing them because they're getting
Right.
them.
My Asian pear, I didn't get any Asian pear this year due to the squirrels.
Mm.
Jerks.
They ate them all.
Yeah,
Wonder if
rat.
there's I wonder if there's anything you can give to to distract the squirrels, because this farm, they've got their corn up, and she said like they did have a raccoon trap, a live
Hmm.
raccoon trap out there, but she said, but we give them dry kitten food, and that just makes them go crazy. So it's like, draw them over here, and that's
Hmm.
helping to protect the corn. I wonder if there is something that,
they
throughout-
love corn and lead. Lead used the squirrelinator. Did you ever guys?
Right. I have a
did you see that?
squirrelinator also.
That's how you take care of them.
I've got
And they grow good plants too, from what I've heard. You just
I
dig
got a
hole.
squirrelinator, and I put my goat feed in there and chicken feed. I just pour it in there on the ground. They go in, and they give up the ghosts.
Okay, so a
It's a-
squirrelinator is something that kills them.
No, it catches them.
It catches them.
Okay,
Then you decide what you're going to do with them.
right.
And
Stew.
then they help your
stew.
banana tree grow.
Yes, exactly.
Mm.
Compost your enemies.
Hey,
So it's a 30-gallon grow bag. What would
And you
your
have to
take?
talk about
It might be just a little young.
yeah, it might
depends.
be young because my trees are. I'm 6 feet. I think my trees are about 7 or 8 feet.
Yeah.
So Larks puts a pile of sunflower seeds and has been working to keep the squirrels out of her garden.
Well, I got rid of a lot of squirrels, but in my 3 years of downtime here, that's when I said downtime, that's when my father was here.
Yeah. Mine. I've had.
The squirrels, they built
Are
back.
like rats. They
Yeah.
produce really quickly, like rabbits and rats. Yes.
But I don't mind the rabbits. I enjoy the rabbits.
I enjoy the rabbits. I don't have that many.
That's gonna be a quick meal. The squirrel, I might have to eat about 3 or 4 of them to actually fill me up.
Squirrel rotisserie.
No, squirrel and gravy.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. It's the best way to eat those. Ooh.
But I haven't had squirrel and gravy. I think the last time I had that was in 80s. I mean, not 80.
What does it taste? What does squirrel taste like?
Is it like dark chicken meat?
I'm not gonna tell that because everybody say everything tastes like chicken.
I mean, it does taste like chicken.
I thought rabbit was like gamey chicken.
Yeah, okay. I'll say gamey chicken then, but it was. All I can say, it was good. You fry it up right, put it in gravy and over some rice. Hey, you do what you do.
Okay, just when you serve it to me, just don't tell me that that's what it is, because I don't think I can eat it.
Well, that's how I got to eat chicken. I mean, rabbit. My grandmother, she cooked chicken and she had cooked rabbit, and it was all in gravy. And after we ate, mother, can I get some more of this? Come on over here, baby. Come on over here. She put some more. Now, my mother taught me how to cook. So when she put the thigh on my plate, mother, this thigh kind of big right here. Oh, go and eat that chicken, boy. After we ate it and everything, she said, "How y'all like that rabbit?" Everybody said, "Huh?" She said, "How y'all like that?" She said, "Y'all ate rabbit."
Yeah.
Didn't touch rabbit again. Got to Korea. That's what they had for lunch.
Yeah.
There was number rabbit on the.
They do that in Germany too, right? That's a big thing in Germany. Yeah.
That was it. So hey, I've been eating it ever since.
They taste like rat, but cuter. You're awful, Homestead Aquarius.
I think I could eat the rabbit, but I don't know. Like, I could try everything, but I think it would be best to not know.
Yeah.
Just eating.
That's like iguana for me. I want somebody to fix the iguana.
Yeah,
do it all.
yeah.
Don't tell
me.
Just put the meat on the plate.
Way. Never say what you won't eat, because in times of emergency,
of course, yes.
Yeah.
You better eat one of your children. Oh, Elliot, I didn't know you taste so good.
Gosh. It's true though. That's so true.
Right. I even tell even my grandson, I don't eat this. I said, you better stop talking that. Because when my grandson was 2 years old, whatever, and I used to just go to the table where my wife was cooking, I'd take the cabbage and I'd just start eating it. Papa, I give it to him. He take one bite, he start eating it. Now you can't eat raw cabbage.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah. Raw cabbage is good sliced up. I like raw cabbage, especially
Yes.
with a little bit of a tasty dressing to dip it in. It's good.
Yeah.
Right.
But I agree. Any time when there's, if you're in hard times, yeah. If you go, Maureen, eat the squirrel or nothing, and it's like, fine, I'll eat the squirrel.
Yeah.
But just that little bit of thought, it's like.
Oh yeah, that's the
But I
same
would
thing
like.
with me.
I would like to. I would like to. I do know my daughter tried. I think it was turtle, and she said, yeah, that one was not good. Like she's up for trying. She'll try anything, but they
Yeah.
might have not cooked it
Yeah,
properly.
turtle too. You got to clean them out real good. From what I've
Dog
heard.
tastes good.
Mhm.
Was that Korea?
Dog tastes good.
India.
Korea, it's big on dog, and India. Yeah, India got in trouble though for that.
Mhm.
They were telling people it was different meat, and they were doing something awful with dogs.
Yeah.
But yeah, my brother actually wanted to go, and I think it was Vietnam. Maybe they were gonna travel, and he's like, "I want to try dog." I'm like,
Well,
But-
we'll see.
Yeah.
The only difference in dog and beef is one is K-gogi and one is bulgogi. And all you just say, give me some bulgogi, K-gogi, whatever. You just don't know.
no.
And
Right.
they're gonna give you what they got.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then when you ask oh yeah, you had some K-gogi right there. So I had some what? Yeah, that used to be my mama's favorite dog right there.
That's where it gets shady. Yes,
Uh,
when it's somebody's pet.
well, yeah. Well, if you put any sort of bulgogi sauce on top of meat, it's going to taste fantastic. Their sauces are delicious. So it's like, yeah, here's that. You don't know what kind of meat it is, but it's delish because it's all marinated in bulgogi sauce. It's beautiful.
I never paid attention to it when I was in Korea. I never paid attention to it. You heard
Mhm.
dogs, but you never saw dogs.
Yeah.
The folks that really kept the dogs was on the roof. If you saw a dog that was below the roof, he was going to be somebody's dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I knew that. Watch a video. Someone
Oh,
what?
sorry. Let me put that back up. Sorry. Watch a video
Oh,
recently.
probably
Someone had
Australia.
kangaroo ground meat
Yeah.
somewhere.
Well, they're invasive like deers and Oz and
I
Tasmania.
think
I
kangaroo
think,
would
too.
be some good meat.
Yeah, I think so too. They're muscular. You ever seen that video with the guy who the kangaroo tries to take his dog and he goes and he clocks the kangaroo?
I saw that one.
That one will never leave my mind. It's like one of the best kangaroo shorts I've ever seen.
And the thing
Because
said
he
is,
looks at him like,
the kangaroo looked at him and
Like,
then he
what the-
leaves.
yeah.
So Lars, I need that darn groundhog out back. I just like to kill it and eat it.
There you go.
In
People do.
Venezuela.
Venezuela. Okay. I think I had cat and dog in Chicago too.
Yeah, and here we should maybe not use the word CAT for storms, radios, and cats. He says, I'm over here telling my cats to leave the room and cover their ears.
He lives
So
in
what we're supposed to
Catlandia.
say, CAT.
Poor cats.
Yes. Okay, I said it with a K then.
Don't worry, Pastor McQuarrie. Yours are so small. Nobody's going to come after them.
Where I used to live at in
They're going for big.
Chicago, that was the main thing right there. We had a restaurant on the corner down from them, and everybody that's all they serve you is earth.
No.
Hey, Creative Redundancy. Thanks for coming in. Oh, there's my phone. Hang on. Let me just go and you guys, you chat amongst yourselves.
Okay. Okay, we can do
Yeah,
that.
but the mulberry trees.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
you got the she just kicked herself from the studio. Marie.
Hopefully she find a way back in.
She will. Anyway, so your mulberry trees. You have the red mulberry, or do you know?
Purples. They're purple.
Yummy.
Now, the one thing about the mulberry, when I first got them, I made a video. Lead didn't make me do it because when I went to the I went to the store. I got a whole bunch of trees and everything. Got discounts on everything due to military and all that. And my back of my truck was loaded, and I had 14. What is the name of the tree I just said? Mulberry.
Mulberry.
I had 14 mulberry trees, and I didn't know that they grow into trees. I thought they would be bushes. And so I put them all. I zigzagged them and put them all in one little spot. So now I've got to go dig them trees up and spread them out, because eventually, if I just leave them, I have 14, 10, whatever big trees right there in one little area.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, they can get big. Even my I have the everbearing, and it's supposed to be dwarf. Not after a rainstorm. It's shooting straight up for the sky, and it's just going and going, and it does the same thing. I'm like,
one of the things I find out when they say this is a dwarf tree or whatever, if you want to stay dwarf, you need to leave it in a pot. Because if you put it in the ground, it will not be a dwarf.
No, especially in our climate. That's one of the things
I've learned.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know if she's still here. There she is. She got her back in.
The younger version.
Oh, you mean this one? No, that's just a couple years ago. It's all called smoke and mirrors when you do. That's a promo video for my singing. So yeah, it's a couple years younger, but not much.
Georgia
look older than that. I use that as promo. I don't look like that anymore. Fine. I don't want to be seen anymore.
Uh-oh.
I'm
a little bit over dramatic.
I messed up.
Georgia Peachnut was asking you about, you put the whole container in the ground when you were talking about your loquat. Do you cut the bottle out? I think she means, did you cut the container out of the loquat?
With my loquat, no, I didn't. Right? Actually, I drill holes in the bottom of my container, and what it is, the roots will go through the hole.
Yes, they will.
And that's what actually got to keep going. And I moved them one day, and I had to pull, and I said, I know this thing ain't stronger than me. And I actually found the root dug down in the ground. And the mulberry is going to find some water.
Yep.
It's going to find some water. So I got it. They're sitting side by side. So whenever I move them, I'm going to have to break the roots again and put them where I want them out.
Most mulberries can handle it. Right. That's the thing. Like with the type that I have, all you have to do
is mulberries.
Well, mulberry. I'm going back to the mulberry because you said mulberry about moving the mulberry.
Right.
You threw mulberry in there. So I'm going to say they're one of the easiest ones to, you just take a woody cutting, put it in the ground, and it has buds on it maybe a few weeks later.
Wow.
There you go. You can make a lot of little mulberries out of the type of mulberry I have. And I think it's the same for most. Mulberries will do that for you.
Mulberry tree down way low and let them grow by stumps. I'm sure you can.
Yeah, you can.
I never cut it. I never had to cut mine down yet. Mine are, I think mine's about 11 or 12 feet, some of them. Wow. I just go stand by and pick it off. And
the
first time I got mulberries, they were small, and each time they come back, they get bigger.
Nice.
I think that it's because of the older wood. I've noticed that my bigger mulberries are on the older wood, it seems like.
Right.
And smaller ones are on like the new growth. But yeah, my the loquat, we had a loquat. I grew up in Boca, but Dad's was never tended to because his was more of a, like a builder put it in, because there's different cultivars and there's one that is like that. I can't think of the word, that it's just for looks. It's for the greenery. It's not necessarily for the fruit. So we didn't bother with them too much. I had them, so ours were a little bit more on the sour side.
If it don't produce fruit, I don't want it.
Yeah. Well, my dad had that was his catch area for stuff. He just left and also privacy. So he would just cut it. He would top it and treat it like, rather than digging it out, treat it like the rest of the bushes in there, just form it and leave it, because he had all other stuff. He had when we moved in, we had a beautiful grapefruit tree, orange tree,
Wow.
tangelo. Dad put in a banana, which I didn't remember, and found pictures of him doing that. But he was a northern gardener. He was like, I'm not doing annual gardening here. I'm not working that sandy soil. Mm-mm.
Yeah. I'd like to know why the mulberry trees, like they're protecting the other, like they're protecting your cherries and other berries from the birds. I guess because the birds go after the mulberries.
Oh, they love mulberries. Mm-hmm.
So
they give good shade to the other fruit trees and stuff too.
Okay. Now there was and I don't know if you will remember about 2 or 3 Fridays ago, there is something that you guys were all talking about, and I'd never heard of it. It is a perennial. I think it's a perennial, and it's some sort of leafy thing that everybody.
My chia plant. Was it the spinach plant that you have to boil?
Nope, I don't think so.
Can you give me a little? It was a food perennial.
It is a food. Yeah, it is a food.
Okay,
and I should have wrote it down, and it was like I was thinking, oh, I've got to ask that again. What was that? Because I wanted to see about getting some seeds here. And I think
moringa.
Moringa, yes.
I can send you some.
I think that's what you said. Moringa. But I just want to.
It's a tree.
Yeah. So right, it's a tree.
Mm-hmm.
I had
tree of life.
I had my moringa tree in a pot. The frost killed it. I threw it in the back where I throw all my pots at.
Mm-hmm.
And one day I was going out, and it was there. It just started growing back.
It'll resurrect.
So I took it and moved it over by the blueberry bushes and put it in the ground. Took it out the pot, put it in the ground, put a cage around it so nobody messed with it.
Yep.
My handyman. If you see a cage, would you mess with it?
No.
He hit the cage, killed my moringa tree.
How?
Well, what? He cut it with the weed eater. It was only about half-inch thick. He cut it with the weed eater.
He probably didn't recognize what it was and thought it was.
But there was a cage around it.
Right.
Yeah, that don't make sense.
Usually, when there's a cage around, it means that you're trying to protect it from something. It's not like you don't have a big X on it. Here, kill this tree. You've got something that says
He did.
How long ago was that though? That he did that?
Okay, no. This was before it started getting cold and everything.
Okay.
And I planted 4 more moringa trees. They're in pots. They're about 13 inches tall, and I made me a corral. Well, it's a trough, and I put strawberries and some hot peppers and all that stuff in it. And I just happened to look down, and the moringa tree just come back.
I was going to say it'll come back.
So now I got 5 moringa trees.
Funny. Yeah, they're pretty. They resurrect themselves pretty well.
Pretty resilient. Yeah, so I'd like to.
Yeah, very resilient.
And so loquat, mulberry, moringa, and then I think Larks, you said something like was the thing I was thinking about was mullein, but I think I do want to also get some mullein. I'm a hoarder of those plants as well, and nothing is going into ground because I hope to move to buy property.
Yeah.
And so like all my blueberries, they're all in pots. Everything is in pots. All the elderberries are all in pots. The Haskap blueberries, well, they're Haskap, they're not blueberries, but they're Haskaps. They're all in pots so that I can take them when I get my farm and put them in the ground. So then it's like pretty soon I'm just gonna have a whole yard of just pots. And it's like I'm gonna need 2 moving trucks, some for inside the house and the second for all the pots outside. Because I want to establish things. Giving them that couple of years of growing ahead before I put them in the ground. So hoping.
Well, I'm gonna be like Lead Farmer. All these trees I got in the ground, if I do move, I will have me a backhoe, and I will be getting every one of my trees up from out of here, fill it up with dirt, take it where I'm going.
Mm. Yeah, I
Yeah,
forget
right.
where I forget where you live, Larks. What kind of winter do you have? Like
Is she
I'm not.
Michigan? Is she Michigan?
I don't know. I thought she was.
Um,
You can put it in the house.
yeah.
You could try to dwarf it.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep it in a small container, and if you don't change that container, it's gonna get but so high.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can dwarf it. You can cut it and bring it in the
Yeah.
house. if you
Well,
want.
I bring in my lemons, my oh, it's a Indian spice, I think, that I'm working on for the last 5 years. So the citrus come in. Well, I can't think of what that thing is. I can see it, in my mind's eye there.
Mhm.
And then I think, this year I happened to grow a avocado, so the avocado's coming in.
Oh yeah.
I'm still trying. I had 4 avocado
Oh,
trees.
he lives in Kentucky.
Oh, why did I think Michigan?
I was thinking that she was kind of in the Texas-y area,
I'm
but
thinking if you're in Kentucky, you could also maybe try and cut it down and mulch it over it during your winter, like insulate it. They do that sometimes too with bananas. They put a cage around them in like up to
Right.
North Carolina, and they pile
Put
on
up the straw.
the straw. Yep.
oh, so this is all Larks. She's winning the lottery, buying 1,000 acres. We're all moving in together. No open naked beaches. Must be secluded and private. Zero ensures to see
Fires.
participants.
Okay.
Okay.
Then it would be not a commune
She
then.
was in Texas, and now she's in Kentucky, and she's a Texituckian.
I like that.
Hey,
That's a cool one.
Yeah.
I don't
We
know
all
why I
thought
was
she was
thinking
in Texas.
Michigan.
I don't know. But we can swap seeds. That's
Mhm.
it. So,
Yep.
oh, and Storms, what are you?
Ohio. Kentuckian. That's a hard one.
You guys, yeah. Well, that was easy for you. I got stuck the Kent, and then I couldn't do the rest.
vegetarian. Okay.
Mhm.
It's probably the decongestant. It helps with the ADHD.
Something.
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna head out because I gotta go to bed.
She
I've
grew
had
up in
this.
Texas, but love brought her to Kentucky. Oh,
We were
Kentucky's
talking about
beautiful.
passion fruit.
Yeah.
I went to the store 2 weeks ago, and they
Mhm.
had the purple passion fruit in there.
That's the one that I
So
think I was
I had to
thinking
buy
of.
2 of them.
Oh,
I ate
ooh.
one, and one is just for seeds.
Yeah, I've done that.
So
mm.
next year I will have 2 bins. One is the regular Maypop that keeps growing out here.
Mhm.
The other one will be the purple passion fruit.
Nice. Really
Nice.
nice.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'd like to get it started again. Right now I have a true yam that's going up at the Discoriolata that's going up my tree, and it's just taking over the tree. It's
A
so
true
cool
yam.
looking.
A true yam.
Yeah, true yam, meaning it's not like people sometimes go yam, sweet potato, and they marry the two together. So it's like,
Oh,
it's a true yam. It's not yam in the can that's actually sweet potato. It's a yam. It's
Okay.
Discoriolata. It will grow a vine, and you'll have a pretty good yam that if you forget about it, it goes everywhere. It's great because it's food. It tastes more like a potato than a sweet potato. I think the variety, yeah, I have the purple variety. One of them I pulled up, it was a softball size first year.
wow.
You forget about them, and if they come back, you can dig them up. They're huge.
Wow.
Okay. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Because there's white ones too. I forget the name of those, the white ones. But really, you can go to Walmart and they have the white type that's there.
Right.
You can do it. You can do it from cuttings.
So
But
a white
it's
yam?
It's a white yam. I forget the name of it, or I tell you it's called blah blah.
So my yams that I planted are orange flesh.
That's maybe a sweet potato.
Sweet potato.
No,
It's a yam.
no,
Because
no.
most yam-
When we serve them, we call them sweet potatoes. Like when we serve them for dinner, I grew up. We always call them sweet potatoes, but the orange flesh ones that we have here are yams.
I'm gonna have to look
And
it
our
up.
white ones are the sweet potatoes. But maybe I have it backwards. Maybe I have it wrong.
It might be both.
We
sweet
always
potatoes.
thought the orangish looking ones were. It doesn't matter with us. Yam, sweet potato, it doesn't matter.
Well, a lot of the true yams though are more like a potato. They're not sweet. They're
Now I
No,
pass
no,
the
no.
body.
I mean the yam and the was it the you got the orange yam, you got the yellowish white yam.
Mhm.
We
Oh yeah,
call
it
it all
doesn't
sweet
matter. It's
potatoes.
all good.
All sweet
Mhm.
Yeah. Well,
I didn't know I had white ones. I pulled them up one year. I had put down, I guess, one in the garden to see what it would do. It did, and I brought them. But when I harvested them, I forgot it was a yam. I thought it was potatoes because I was a brand new gardener, and I fixed them like mashed potatoes next to like, meatloaf. And we're
Yeah.
eating them, and we're like,
these are sweet.
these are sweet. This is like, did you put confectioner sugar in these? I'm like, no. Oh, are these white sweet potatoes? Like,
Yeah.
I didn't even remember making them. Nothing.
Well,
Anyway.
we had when I
Crazy.
visited my in Mississippi was one of my first trips ever to go to the South. And one of my aunts had passed away, and I'd never had sweet potato pie. And so, as a Canadian, you make this announcement. I go, I've never had sweet potato pie. Well, oh my gosh, the whole family. I was like, I was now on display. She's never had sweet potato pie. I had to be brought around.
Oh,
She's never had sweet potato pie. We need to give her some. This woman never had sweet potato pie. Someone give her sweet potato pie. It's pretty much like pumpkin pie, really. It's not like it's anything. Wow.
No, this is
no,
not like
it's
pumpkin
better
pie.
than pumpkin pie.
There's a difference between sweet potato and pumpkin pie.
Mm-hmm.
There is a slight difference, but it wasn't like
There's a big difference.
I went. If you,
I think sweet potato pie is just more comforting, and it's just, I don't know, more satisfying. Pumpkin's usually made like lighter and more custardy, and sweet potato pie just has a little bit more to it.
As you said, it's a comfort food.
It's a total comfort food. I made a purple one out of purple sweet potatoes.
Oh,
did they say purple?
now that's something I would love to taste. The purple one.
It's no difference really in taste, but my husband could not get past that I had a purple pie that was supposed to be sweet potato pie in front of him. The man was like, I can't eat it. I'm sorry. I'm like, your loss. Oh, well,
Hey,
I'm going to put it in the fridge and eat it all week.
I've done that before with regular sweet potato pie.
Mhm. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't grown jicama yet. I haven't grown jicama.
Yeah.
Hello,
you
growing with Hudson.
Hey, growing with Hudson, what's up?
Oh, Miss Hudson, hey, how are ya?
I know. I used to be a Fishes and Loaves.
You used to be Fishes Loaf. Now you're just South Florida sunshine.
But she knows me from my Fishes and Loaves days.
Yep.
Oh, you were the Fishes and Loaves?
I was a
She
Fishes
is.
and Loaves life. Yep.
Okay.
I did a
Kusha
do-over.
pie. What is a kusha pie? They said it's similar.
I know what the kusha is. That's that big thing that look like you got a squash.
Oh, I have.
Homestead Heart. She's got a lot of kusha.
I'll have to look it up.
I don't know. I've never heard of that.
I have the Mexican pumpkin out there in my kitchen that I just picked up from a fruit stand, but it's called something else. Not Kusha. So I've got to look that one up. It's
The
huge.
only
It's
thing I
like,
say is there's a whole once you become a gardener, there's a whole bunch of stuff out there.
right.
And my thing is, you better plant only what you eat.
Yeah. I bought it to try it to see if it's good because it's a lot. Oh, it's a melon. Oh. How do you
When I-
make a pie out of melon?
When I started out, I planted some everything. If you two just said something, this, that, and I'm planning.
Mhm.
But it's a bad thing when you put all that work in and nobody wants to eat it.
Yes,
Yep.
I agree.
Yep. I
I
agree.
agree.
And also, some things, I struggle with growing. And so sometimes I take the challenge on. I still am gonna give it a shot. But once, like, I love kale. We all love kale. My one daughter, she said, "Oh yeah, plant lots of kale." So I planted lots of kale. Now I'm not
Oh,
about to go pick your damn
you're
kale
right.
for you to go make your damn kale chips.
Yeah, you
You
got
better
to
go out there and pick your own damn kale that I put out all those plants.
do the work.
Very
Now,
little.
now, Maureen, now you can
Now
get
there,
them kale chips too, and go ahead and put it in the dehydrator and put a
yes,
little of that what is it
seasonings.
no the ranch, the powdered ranch. Put that on
Ooh.
that fella. That's better
Uh,
than French fry. Better than potato chips.
chips. Yes. Oh no, I was eating some of my kale, but it was like I overgrew kale because it was like grow lots, ma, grow lots, and it's like okay, but you gotta go out there and pick it. I'm not gonna come pick it for you. You guys got to do it. So then this year it was like I'm not growing kale. I'm gonna hold off and let something else be in its place. But next year, and also kale for here, for me, it'll grow right through the winter. Like I can keep
Right.
picking it, and but I just wanted to use up the space for other things. So
Now that's one of the good things about Nebraska in your area. They love the cold weather,
mhm.
and
It's not that cold. Just remember that.
I'm gonna let you know straight off the bat. You need to get yourself some Georgia collards because that's the best collards around.
Georgia collards. So I don't know that I can get Georgia collards up here though.
All you
I
had to
might have
do,
to. I might have to ask. I might have to phone a friend
that's
and
all you
say,
had to do was ask.
"Send me some Georgia collards, please. Some seeds of Georgia. Hello,
Okay, there you go.
That's a,
hello.
that's a Mexican. It's a calabaza, but they can also come. I know
What does
this looks
that
great.
have? It's like
They
bigger
can
than
also mix with other squash. So, but
it's
yeah,
bigger than
calabaza. That's
you.
what I thought she was trying to say was calabaza. I know it's humongous, isn't it? I had to buy it, forgetting that they would charge per pound on it, and it's
Oh,
heavy. But I don't care. It's got seeds, and if I like it, I've got a lot of seeds. So,
That's
seed
it.
pack. You know, I figured seed packet price too.
yeah. I've got like there's a few squashes in the bag where you go, I don't know what that is. Like right now, I've got some that are growing. They're like a spaghetti, and I didn't.
Mhm.
These ones are out by my chicken coop, so it wasn't. It's not even in a garden. It just started to grow, and
Yeah.
so right now there's about three of them out this big, shaped like a spaghetti squash, but it looks like a watermelon. Ooh, maybe I could
Wow.
fudge it in as a watermelon for the watermelon wars. How about this one?
Now I'm gonna tell you this much. I said, uh, I know that a lot of people gonna use chemicals and all that. So when you weigh that watermelon in, you need to
Right.
cut it and show it and take a bite.
Mhm. That's
Yeah,
right.
because I think it might be a spaghetti squash inside.
Spaghetti squash is good too.
Yeah.
It is delicious, but I've there's at least two, maybe three different squashes that I can't wait to go. What is it? Because I
Mhm.
don't know what it is. And
Okay.
that one back there, I I honestly don't know where it came from. The ones that are in my garden, they
Mhm.
came from my compost from seeds from last year. So
Mhm.
like there's one that's kind of a squat type
Is it
of
the
squat.
patty pan?
No, it's not the patty pan, not round. It's more like it is round, but then it's kind of squat like this and really
Squatty.
thick.
Hmm.
Yeah. And it's just like I never
Interesting.
grew those last year in my garden, so I don't know. But I might have gotten something and
Forgot.
who knows, but
So so what you do is you get it out, cook it,
Okay,
and
Hudson.
if it
Thank
tastes
you.
good, just make sure you save the seeds on the side first though. Cook it.
yeah,
If it's good, keep going.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, no, it's a mixed bag out, even out in the front where you go. This is I've got two acorn squashes. This one is growing like this. This one is growing like this, and you're like, unless I mix them up, which I don't think I did.
I think they could cross pollinate though.
Yes, they
Just
can.
like so you're
Yeah, that could be it too. But
I had,
creating a new
another
one.
secret, when you get squash and it's too big and you say, I'm not eating that, that's too big. Another secret is take all the seeds out and make French fries. It's good
oh,
because they get too big. A lot of people throw it away, give it to the animal, but
Yeah.
make French fries. That fella is good.
good night. Almost homesteading.
Yeah, I'm gonna head out too. I gotta try and get to bed. That
Yeah,
sounds so good. I love fried zucchini. If it's anything like that,
Oh,
all over
when
it.
I was up in Prince George, when I was up at my home,
Mhm.
my friends, they made, and I'm sure it's, lots of people have been making them, but she put zucchini. She made them in sticks, but she does them in round. In her dehydrator, but it's got parm on it. But what she did, she put a little bit of mayonnaise on it first, then the parm sticks, threw them in the air fryer. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Stuff them in my mouth. We've made them. Not we. My daughter has made them twice now since I've been home.
Yeah, I've seen that
She
used to hold on breading.
Yeah. So no
Yeah.
breading and just a little bit of parm, but the mayonnaise is what helps it to stick. A little bit of pepper.
Yeah. No, I've seen people use mayo and then do the breading and use it like the stuff to make it stick instead of doing an egg wash because it is egg. They do that and then bread it, and it's really good. I'm very hungry, and I'm supposed to go to bed. 1 o'clock in the morning.
Night, Mark. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, everybody. Thanks for having me. I'm
We've
gonna
been
have to
here
check out your channel. I think I've
You
been over
too,
to it
man.
before. Thank you. Have a good night.
It's 2.5 hours here, so I think we'll all say good night. So thank you all for coming out, and thanks J3 for hanging out with me. I appreciate this.
Not a problem.
We learned about bees. We learned about what else did we learn about from you?
Bees, fruit trees, how to dress, don't wear cologne.
Yes, the big bees. Yeah, so that was great. So thank you so much, and thank you all for hanging out with us. I appreciate it. Have a fabulous week this coming week. Good night. God bless.
God bless.
Now you need to end the broadcast. Good night.